From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, bringing you a week of old-time radio detective podcasts from 2012. Because these podcasts are many years old, any offers or information included in the podcast may not be valid unless they're currently reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website at greatdetectives.net. Here now is a week of old-time radio detective podcast. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and call us 208-991-4783 and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for your support. Well, now it's time for today's adventure of Frank Race. This one is called The Adventure of the Vanishing Favorite.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins. The war changed many things, the face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over, too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. Now we join Frank Race for The Adventure of the Vanishing Favorite.
Nothing can buy as much excitement as a $2 bill. Anybody addicted to the sport of kings can tell you that. It was a soft, balmy afternoon, and I was lined up with the other balmy $2 bettors at one of the mutual windows of my favorite race course on Long Island, intent on wagering a deuce on my 40-1 chart selection that he could beat 9 other 2-year-olds to the wire in the opening gallop of 5 furlongs.
Right! Hey, Frank! Wait a minute! Oh, brother, what a mob.
I thought you weren't going to bet on the first, Mark.
And I still ain't. Anybody which would bet on 2-year-olds must be off of his stick. I come down to find you.
Why'd you wait by the finish line where I left you? Think I wouldn't come back?
Well, maybe I should have said I was sent down to find you. There's a guy in the clubhouse who wants to see us. He wants we should sit in his box with him.
Seats in this crowd?
Yeah.
Mark, you're a man of miracles. Who is the benevolent gentleman?
His name is, wait a minute. It's right here on the passes he gave me for the box. Robert J. Sherwood.
What? He's the racing secretary.
Nah, he ain't no secretary. He's a big shot. You ought to see the ushers clear a path for him. And, speaking of paths, he wants you to beat one to him pronto.
All right, Mark. Thanks for the offer of a seat, Mr. Sherwood. We've met before, haven't we?
Yes, Race, we have. Some securities were once stolen from me. You recovered them for me through my insurance company.
Oh, that's right, I'd forgotten.
Now, I don't mean this to sound ungracious, but when I saw your companion, Mr. Donovan, in the crowd, I asked him to bring you up here. My reasons are not entirely social.
Lose some more security?
No, but I do have a certain responsibility that might lead to problems. This time, I want to take precautions in advance.
A personal matter?
Yes, in a way. It also involves this track. It might involve the future of horse racing in this country.
Sounds big. But it also sounds rather vague.
I'll try to be more specific, Race. Do you particularly care about seeing the second?
No, I took too much of a loss on Lady Boyd in the first. In a roundabout way.
Good, good. Come back to the stables with me. I'll show you the root of my trouble.
He went up to the neat white stables behind the track. The root of Sherwood's trouble, as he called it, turned out to be a jet-black colt with a hide that glistened like satin. He had only one look to tell me that this was no ordinary oat burner. It stood a good 17 hands high. And when he shifted his weight, muscles rippled. And the look in his eye was called his champion.
Holy smokes, what is this, citation?
No. His name is Flame of Athens.
The wonder horse from Greece? But I thought he was shipped to Santa Rosita.
No, Race. That story was false. It was given out to the sports commentators for a reason.
The reason being you don't want anybody to know that the horse is here. Why?
Because several attempts have been made to kill him.
There's somebody pretty low on the rung of humanity to want to harm an animal like this. You're really a piece of horseplay, aren't you?
Race, I'm stumped. I don't know who wants to get rid of the animal. It could be too many people with too many motives.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to be responsible for the safety of the horse until he's flown out to Santa Rosita track next week for the match meeting with Galway King.
A lot of my line, Sherwood.
This looks more like a job for a large babysitter.
Well, you'll find it isn't so simple if you take the assignment. I need your help, Race. I can see that you love a thoroughbred. So do I. I also love the sport. But if it's going to exist, it must be kept clean.
What do you figure might be trying to muddy it up?
There's been a lot of betting on the match between Flame of Athens and Galway King. Originally, Galway King was a heavy favorite because he's beaten almost everything over here. People figured a foreign horse doesn't have a chance against him.
But the betting switch?
Yes. There's a lot of money showed for this horse, all over the country. Now he's the heavy favorite. It's only 1 to 3, odds on. A lot of bookmakers gave bigger odds in the beginning, though. They stand to be wiped out if he wins.
Then you figure that the bookmakers are the heavies in you.
For the sake of the sport, that's what I'd like to figure.
But there are other possibilities?
Yes. It's the owners of the horses. They have a side bet. Even money. Horse for horse.
How big is the bet?
$500,000.
Holy cow, you mean there really is that much cabbage in the world?
Both owners are wealthy men. Galway King is 4th on the list of all-time money winners. And Flame of Athens beat everything in Europe before he was shipped over here.
Both owners and all the bookmakers in the country. Best keep tabs on.
You take the job then, Rafe?
Yeah. I'll take it.
Good. And as a bonus, I'll give you one more suspect. The jockey who was slated to ride Flame of Athens, Georgie Clements. He's been removed from the mount.
That makes bingo, Race. The only ones we don't have to watch is each other. That's a frank thing for a nursing into a horse. Hey, Race. Race! Race! You awake?
The answer is yes. You twisted my arm.
I can't sleep on this guy. I feel like I'm back in the army. Keep dreaming of that sergeant who always put me on K3. I peeled 4 barrels of potatoes since the first time I closed my eyes.
No, go back to sleep.
I can't. If I do any more work on my sleep, I'll be too tired to wake up.
Quiet, Mark. Somebody else. The nocturnal prowler stood framed in the doorway. There was no moon outside, but whatever dim light there was a blurred shadow in the stall. My cot was next to the outside wall. I gathered my knees under me and made a lunge.
That's get him, Race.
Yeah. Turn on the flashlight, Mark.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. No wonder one punch was enough. Still.
No, honey. Hope you haven't put her out of commission for good. Kids like this make the world nicer to look at.
Get some water in the towel, will you? Yeah. Come on. Wake up. Wake up.
It's a funny thing. I get to wake you up, but you get to wake her up. Am I always going to be water boy in this thing? I wasn't talking to you, was.
Come on, you beautiful thing. Wake up. Yeah, try to sit.
What happened to me?
I introduced myself rather crudely. Hangover from ancestors who lived in caves.
Oh. Did you hit me with a club?
I'm sorry. Truly sorry.
Well, you needn't be. I think my father would approve of you. He might even give you a reward.
I take it Daddy regrets not using a hairbrush when we were younger. But before we get into that, who is Daddy?
Oh, you mean, who am I?
No, I was trying to be more subtle.
Oh, from the way my jaw feels, it's too late for subtlety. Don't tell me you don't recognize me.
I'm beginning to. Magazine covers, no?
Magazine covers, yes.
Poor little rich girl turned model. You're Lita Galloway, aren't you?
That's right. And by whom have I had the pleasure of being knocked unconscious?
Your name is Frank Race.
That's a nice name. But you say it as though you don't like it.
I was thinking of something. You're Richard Galloway's daughter. Your father owns Galloway King.
That's right again. You should go on information, please.
What were you doing around here?
I like horses. Runs in the family.
Yes, honey child, but there's only one horse in this stable area. Flame of Athens.
Yes, I know. I wanted to see him.
In the middle of the night. The matchmaking coming up. And a $500,000 bet on the sign.
Wouldn't that make me interested in the horse?
Oh, yes, definitely. I see you even went to the trouble of bringing in an apple.
Oh, it's a good way to make friends. With horses or school teachers.
Oh, I know why you were kicked out of so many colleges. You looked on it nice. Why don't you eat the apple yourself?
Why should I? Oh, I see, Mr. Race. You must read detective stories. Well, just to show you how wrong you are.
She ate the apple, grinning at me at each bite. Even in the cold glare of the flashlight market placed on the feed box, her face had a special kind of flavor. The boys that grow up with a yen to marry the boss's daughter always hoped the daughter would look like this.
Convinced, right?
Completely.
In the Garden of Eden, wasn't it Adam who ate the apple?
Yes, he also lived to regret it.
But this one wasn't poison. You just thought it was. Maybe I'm not as poisonous as you think.
Oh, do some research on it. Someday when I have some spare time.
You know you're the first man who ever hit me.
I'm sitting sorry.
I'm not. Women are strange creatures, aren't they, Rose?
She leaned toward me. As she came closer, her face blurred out, except for that wonderful smooth mouth. I reached for her, and she couldn't resist. The next 10 seconds, I felt like a man going over Niagara Falls in a bell.
That was nice.
I may have been the first man who ever hit you, but I can see you haven't been neglected in other ways.
Make sure you don't neglect me from now on, Rose. How about walking me back to my car?
All right. Mark should be back in a second. I wonder where he went for that water.
Stop wondering about other people and concentrate on me.
I walked Lita to her car, stopping every once in a while to get the Niagara Falls for the weekend. We strolled down the path lined with trees. And I hopped into the yellow convertible. She was gone. It was then the weight of responsibility pressed on my mind again. I planned a straight-line shortcut through the brush to get back to the stable again.
Hurrying someplace?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
The inquiring photographer. You just asked the question for today. Why don't you try answering it first?
I can't see very well. It's not a camera you're holding.
No, it's a Smith & Wesson. It goes bang. It makes holes in things. Now sit down on that stump over there and keep me company for a while.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to refuse that invitation.
It's not an invitation. It's an order.
And you'll use the gun to enforce it?
Do I look like the type who'd make casual conversation?
No. It'd make it rather silly for me to try passing it, wouldn't it?
Very silly.
Which leaves two other alternatives. Sit down and visit, or take that gun! Oh, my eyes!
I'm letting you off easy this time.
I don't know how long I lay there after he hit me with the gun, but the shot had been fired along the side of my face. The flash had blinded me temporarily. When I came to, my eyes were still smarting. I seemed to be seeing red. Everything was tinted with color, even in the night. Then I smelled smoke and I jumped up. A glow came from the stables. They were on fire.
We'll return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
By the time I reached the stables, the place resembled Danny's Inferno. Whoever had named the horse Flame of Athens must have had a premonition of things to come. Nothing in that row of stalls could have been saved. Swipes and grooms and other track personnel had formed a bucket brigade to keep the fire from spreading to another line of stalls. There was nothing to do but join them.
Let me get in there, will you, Mac? Come here.
Mark, what happened here?
Tell you later.
Oh, that poor animal. I bungled this one, Mark.
A brilliant guy like me helping you, all your worries are imaginary.
You mean the horse is all right?
Here comes the Red Wings. Get out of here, and I will show you.
Well, if you got that horse out, you shouldn't have left him.
I left him, and nobody will be looking for him. He's in the stalls with the white horse.
Oh, nice work, Mark. That's good cover.
And not only that, but I have spotted a place where they rent trailers. I thought you and me and the horse might go camping for the weekend.
A very excellent suggestion.
Oh, brother. I've hauled many strange characters around my cab race, but this is the first time I have ever played chauffeur to a horse.
I'd better find some side road soon and get off the highway. Look at this headline in the paper I picked up at our last coffee stop.
Match meet favorite vanishes in stable fire.
The state police may have been alerted. They know the horse didn't perish in the fire.
If he did, it's an awful live ghost back there in that trailer. They must take the sides out of it.
We'll send a couple of wires as soon as possible.
Oh, shall we?
Yeah. Let him know the horse is safe. We can take him to some isolated training farm. Then he can come down and get him in shape for the match.
Oh, and here's a side road which looks promising. And there's a town up ahead. We'll camp in here. Then you can walk to town and get the messages.
No, there's a spot in that grove of trees. Not far from the main road, but it's hidden.
Yeah, and look. A little pond.
Good. Drinking water for our equine passengers. It sort of resembles the old swimming hole. Now, let's take a dip and freshen up, huh?
Okay. Last one in is a mutton head.
It seemed like a good idea, but it wasn't. When you're a kid with nothing in your mind, the old swimming hole can be fun. But when you're growing up and the responsibility for a couple of fortunes riding with him, the fun gets washed out along with everything else. I left Mark still splashing exuberantly and dressed. Went back to the trailer. I'll put down the ramp, boy. Then you can come out and move around a little.
I don't mind if the horse moves, but don't you move.
There's a man from the night before. I hadn't seen his face until now. That voice was unmistakable. Another thing that was unmistakable was the gun in his hand. He carried it as though it was standard equipment.
Hugo. Yes, Ed. Take care of the other fish down at the pond.
That's a little early in the day for violence, isn't it?
It's also too late to turn philosopher. Don't worry about Hugo. He's gentle.
As the girl's father might say, what are your intentions?
I'm just going to tie you two jokers back to back and relieve you of this horse.
I don't think so.
Would you like to make a bet?
With you acting as bookmaker?
That's my business.
Companion called you Sam. That could mean Big Sam Evans.
Not only could, it does.
And a lot of people have bet a lot of money with you that Flame of Athens could beat Gulliver King.
He won't.
Maybe not. But I'm going to see that he gets a chance to try.
You tried this last night, remember?
Yes, but I forgot to do this. I slipped down to the pond. Hugo also had a gun and was trained on Mark as he slipped into his clothes. Picked up a stone and a heavy piece of deadwood. I tossed the stone into the pond. And as Hugo turned, I let him have the business end of the club, right behind the ear.
Nice work, Grace.
Come on, Mark, let's get out of here. If there was going to be a match meet at Santa Rosita Park, it seemed like a good idea to get Flame of Athens out there. I sent my wire to Sherwood, and he arranged for a plane to pick us up at a small airport off the beaten track. We loaded Flame of Athens on board and headed to California. We took him off the plane at another small airport, and under cover of darkness, slipped him into a stall near the train track.
You Think we give him the shake, Race?
Well, there's one thing we're sure of. Lane doesn't follow.
Yeah, that makes sense. It also means we should not be running into no trouble for a while. So, maybe I could take a little time off.
Do what?
Well, there is a girl who slings hash at the drive-in across the road from the San Jose track. Her name is Ramona. Ramona Glutz. Oh, what a doll, what a doll. I met her out here once before.
With a name like that, she must be unforgettable. All right, run along.
Won't be going long, right? Don't be lost.
Yeah, I'll try not to mind.
And I'll try to help you.
Well, you again. What do you do? Haunt stables from coast to coast as soon as the sun goes down?
Aren't you going to slug me again?
Still carrying peace offerings, doesn't it?
Oh, you mean the apple? The horse missed out on the treat last time because you were so suspicious. I can give him this one, can I?
I'm afraid not, honey child. Just a caution.
Race, can you think of any reason why I might want to harm Flame of Athens?
To save your daddy $500,000.
Oh, well, that wouldn't be necessary, Race. You could simply say the Galway King is not in condition and cancel the match.
You mean there's no forfeit?
That's right. No match, no bet.
Then that eliminates your father as a suspect. But not me.
What do you mean, Race?
Big Sam Evans, the bookmaker. You know him, don't you?
I've met him once or twice.
He was also out at the track with you that night the stables were burned.
That's not true, Race.
Oh, yes, it is, Doctor. Because there was only one car at the gate to that area. Your convertible. And he was there after you left.
How did he get away, then?
Simple. You drove up the road a bit, waited for him. Because Mark Donovan saw your car outside the fence when he was finding a safe place to flee.
I used to think I was in love with Big Sam.
What changed your mind?
You did, Race.
I didn't believe her. But you can forget about your beliefs when you hold a woman like that in your arms. She was all the things that bad men promise a woman she'll be when they really prove their own love. I don't know how long we stood there. It must have been a long time because...
Hey, look it. A romantic couple.
Hello, Ray.
Hello, Mark. You know Miss Golding?
Yeah, but we wasn't introduced the last time because she was unconscious.
And this lovely creature with you, I take it, is Ramona Blood.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to him. Why don't you ever say things like that?
Ramona told me a couple of things I figure you ought to know, Race. About that Georgie Clements, the jockey that gave the boot.
The boy who was slated to ride the flame. What about him, Ramona?
Oh, it ain't nothing much. But he used to eat at my place a lot, see, and I heard him talking about the match a couple times.
Well, that's been a popular subject with the horseman gambling.
Yeah, Race. Yeah, but this kid was all set to lose.
You mean he was going to pull a horse?
Don't mean nothing else but. Okay.
Well, that's why the odds on the horse were so high at first, Mr. Race. The bookies all thought that Galway King was a sure thing, see? So Georgie bet against his own horse. But then when they took him off the horse, that's when the odds dropped and they made Flame of Athens the favorite.
Yeah, you see, Race? That puts it right in the lap of the books. Trouble started right after.
No, Mark. That eliminates the bookmakers. They have nothing to do with it.
What do you mean?
Mark, if the race doesn't take place, all bets have to be refunded.
So if that's what they want, ain't it? Then they wouldn't have to pay off.
No, they would have stopped the bets altogether. They're taking the odds, but they're gambling on a match. They're gambling to win. If they tried to do anything to the horse, they'd try to just before the match. Not to kill him, but just to make him lose.
Hey, that's right. Yeah.
Well, tell me something, Lita. And don't stall, Becky. Why was Big Sam out at the track that night?
He said he wanted to get the horse away where he could watch it. Keep it safe.
But you didn't believe that?
No, Red.
You should have, baby. He was telling the truth.
What? You mean that gorilla Hugo was also playing guardian angel to the horse?
As innocent as a babe, Mark. I know the answer now. We can wind this up tonight if Ramona will help us.
Oh, gee, I'd do anything to help you, Mr. Race.
Good. Mark will take you back to work.
Yeah, but I'm off duty until tomorrow.
You get back on duty. And just drop the word that Flame of Athens is stable here. Let it circulate. Not only that, but give out that the horse is alone and will be until his trainer gets here tomorrow.
You ain't gonna leave him, Race.
No, I'll be right there. And I'll be expecting a visitor. Quiet, boy. Quiet.
Hold on. Come on.
All right. Don't move.
Hey, douse that flashlight. You're blinded.
Who are you?
Just an exercise boy. I thought I heard a noise.
You're Georgie Clemens.
All right, so I'm Georgie Clemens. Is that a crime?
No, but arson is. You're wanted for burning down some stables back east. And for murder.
Murder?
It was mine. A long shot, but I played it. I had to sell him a parcel of fear and hoped to break him down.
There was no horses in that stable race. You got flame out. And even if you didn't, killing a horse isn't murder.
There was a tramp sleeping in one of those stalls, Georgie. He was badly burned. He died this morning.
Hey, you can't pin that fire on me.
Yes, I can, Georgie. I saw you.
You saw me.
I was the only witness.
Well, that's only good if you can testify. But you ain't gonna testify, Race!
A powerful little man. He lunged through me back. It was all muscles and shoulders. I could have handled him, but the horse was fractious. He kicked me as I slipped, and his kick caught me in the small of the back. For a minute, I couldn't move.
Now, Race, I'm gonna finish you off with this rod, and then I'll take care of the horse.
I'm afraid somebody's going to catch up to you, Georgie.
Come on, you go.
Hey, stay where you are, you guys!
You punk, stay low, Race.
Oh, boy. Easy. Easy.
Ah, nice going, Race.
Well, nice going yourself. You saved my life. Well, this horse is safe now, and that means you stand to lose a fortune.
Or win one, Race. I like to gamble.
You must think Galway King can take the blame.
I don't know, Race. Maybe yes, maybe no. All I know is the king is one of our own horses. He's beaten everything but citation. I still think he can knock off a horse from across the seas, even Flame of Athens.
You know, Sam, we had a lot of guys like you in the Battle of the Bulge. They weren't favorites either.
Yeah, I know, Race. I was one of them. I still like the home team, win, lose, or draw, odds or no odds, as long as the contest is on the level.
Well, I've taken care of this horse as far as I could. Now I've got a piece of business to attend to.
What's that?
Well, I'm going to take a tip from a nice guy. From you. I'm going to bet that Galway King beats his ears off on that track Saturday.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins, with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Peggy Knudsen, Florence Hallett, Ted Von Eltz, Frank Lovejoy, and Bert Holland. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this same time next week for another dramatic chapter in The Adventures of Frank Race. Art Gilmore speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. I like the ending to this one, particularly with the Frank Lovejoy character. You know, we outside of the one special we played back when we were doing Christopher London, and we played a not beat episode that tied into Christopher London. Most of the episodes we've heard where Frank Lovejoy appears, and this goes all the way back to Box 13 in 2010, he's played a heavy, which is, in some ways, hearing all the heavies he ended up playing on the radio, his role as Randy Stone almost goes counter to type. This particular episode I like because at first it looked like he was bad guy, but then it changed by the end of the story, and the last part's just a kind of reflective, patriotic moment, the sort of thing that works particularly well with the Frank Race and the Frank Race character. We did once again see that there are some things that will distract Frank Race from his position and from his duties, and that includes a woman who gives him the feeling of going over Niagara Falls in a barrel. I actually like that sort of poetic language. It's the kind of stuff you get in the Golden Age that's so rich and so vibrant as imagery. So I enjoyed this one overall, even though Frank Race got a little sidetracked at a couple points. Well, now we get a couple of comments. This one comes from Javier, who writes in, I've been listening to Frank Race for a while, and it doesn't seem to agree with me. I thought at first it was the weirdly fake-sounding husky voice he uses for his, "Oh, look, a woman, I better go and squeeze her in my arms" moments that seem to be so popular in this show, but I realize it is the character of Mark that I just can't understand. Mark is a taxi driver that follows Race around, but he is not his assistant in a Watson kind of way, as Mark follows Race except when there is anything related to this actual case. If Race talks to a client, Mark is not there. If Race has to do some investigating, Mark is somewhere else. Mark is only there the moments when Race isn't doing any investigating, occasionally to call the police. This would be fine if the case was in town where Mark worked as a taxi driver. But I just don't get why Mark goes with Race to Monte Carlo or Paris only to visit a bar or play the casino and not help Race at all or actually get involved with any investigating. I will continue to listen as maybe the series will grow on me, as did the Leonidas Witherall one. And Javier's writing in from Madrid, Spain. Well, I think you'll agree that Mark Donovan took a much more active role in today's episode, which I guess is another reason to like it. I've always enjoyed the Mark Donovan character, not so much for his contribution to the action, and I think he has had a few of those, but he's just, his perspectives, it provides just kind of a different perspective, and I think Tony Barrett does a good job in the role overall. I do hope the writers give him better episodes and more action and involvement in the story like they did today. But thanks so much for listening, and thanks for being a listener over in Spain. It's so good to know we have friends all around the world enjoying the program. All right, well, that will do it for today's episode of the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. Join us tomorrow for The Fat Man, and next Monday, another adventure of Frank Race and the cab driver Mark Donovan. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for all of your support. Here now is today's episode of The Fat Man. Murder is the medium.
When your stomach's upset, don't add to the upset. Take soothing Pepto-Bismol and feel good again. There he goes, into that drugstore. He's stepping on the scale. Weight, 239 pounds. Fortune, danger. Who is it?
The Fat Man.
To most people, a zoo is a collection of four-footed animals. But there's one menagerie I know of where the inmates walk on 2 feet. In the first cage, for instance, you'll find the giant forger, whose specialty is writing other people's names. And in another iron cell, you can inspect the genus pickpocket, known also as the little dip, who can sometimes prove that the hand is quicker than the eye. But the prize exhibit is a hopped-up character with a nervous twitch in his forefinger. He prowls alone when he looks for prey, and he's known for his taste for murder.
That's the Fat Man, a fast-moving criminologist who tips the scales at 239 pounds. Brought to you by the Norwich Pharmaceutical Company Limited, makers of Pepto-Bismol, Unguentine, and other fine drug products. too fast. You're looking for trouble with your digestion. That's no time to add to the upset. Instead, try a better way, a gentle way. Take soothing Pepto-Bismol. Yes, when you're bothered by heartburn, nervous indigestion, or other common digestive disturbances, Pepto-Bismol promptly helps to calm and quiet the upset. It settles and sweetens it. You feel good again. Next time you eat too much or too fast, you can do something for that uneasy, uncomfortable feeling. Try soothing Pepto-Bismol. That's right. When your stomach's upset, don't add to the upset. Take soothing Pepto-Bismol and feel good again. And now from New York, The Fat Man, starring J. Scott Smart in Murder is the Medium.
The Reynards, Oscar and Harriet, were a typical suburban pair, except that Oscar was 6 or 8 years younger than his over-upholstered spouse. He was a neat little guy in a seersucker suit, while Mrs. Reynard looked like the vice president in charge of production for the Hillsdale Sewing Circle.
I'm Mrs. Harriet Reynard, Mr. Runyon, and this is my husband, Oscar. My second husband, that is. My first husband, Melvin, was, supposed to have died 2 years ago.
Isn't it official yet?
Of course, Mr. Runyon, but Harriet has the notion...
Oscar, you promised to let me tell it to Mr. Runyon in my own way.
I'm sorry, my dear.
What's the story, Mrs. Reynard?
About 4 weeks ago, Oscar and I happened to wander into a rug shop on the Lower West Side. After we looked at the owner's wares, he invited us into a back room to meet his wife.
An attractive woman, Mr. Runyon, with an interesting face.
We were told that she had occult powers and could bring the dead back to life. Then he asked us if we wanted to attend a manifestation.
You mean a seance?
He didn't call it a seance, but I suppose that's what it was. At any rate, we returned that evening, just out of curiosity, and I spoke to my dear departed husband.
Now, Harriet.
It's true, Oscar, you were there. It was Melvin's voice, and I saw his face light up in the dark right in front of me.
I'll admit she's right, Mr. Runyon.
Oscar thought it was some kind of a trick and asked me not to go there again, but I couldn't resist, and I went by myself without his knowledge. I saw Melvin again. He seemed to be sitting in an office, dictating a letter to a stenographer.
How was business?
What?
Skip it. Go on, Mrs. Reynard.
Well, on this second visit, I received a message from Melvin, asking for a little money to tide him over. I couldn't refuse, Mr. Runyon, and live with my conscience. After all, it was Melvin's money I inherited, and besides...
How much did he ask you for?
$500. Can you imagine that? And Harriet was fool enough to give it to them.
Oscar. It wasn't much, Mr. Runyon, and neither was the $1,500 he asked for later. But now, I'm beginning to think I may have made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I went there, on Wednesday night, I was told that Melvin was bankrupt, and he needed $20,000 in a hurry. That was when I decided I ought to have some outside advice.
You still think you spoke to your first husband?
I wouldn't have accepted Melvin's voice alone as final proof, but I saw him, Mr. Runyon, right in front of me, and I wouldn't mistake the face of a man I'd been married to for 15 years.
When's your next rendezvous with Melvin, Mrs. Reynard?
Today at 6.
Is that when you're supposed to shell out with the 20 grand?
I was told to bring it all in cash.
Have you made the withdrawal?
Not yet, but I have $500 in my bag.
Let's have that.
In advance? Isn't that unusual, Mr. Runyon?
Keep your shirt on. I'm not in that much of a hurry for a fee.
Here you are. 5 $100 bills.
Good. Now, just a minute.
What are you doing, Mr. Runyon?
Marking these bills. All right, Mrs. Reynard. Put them back in your bag and hand them to the medium when you see her. Then leave the rest to me.
Just what do you intend to do?
Communicate with the spirit world, Oscar, and get a receipt from Melvin for Mrs. Reynard's dough. The rug shop was a murky little joint that reminded me of an Asiatic bazaar. The walls were covered with oriental rugs, and I could smell the pungent odor of strong, aromatic coffee someone was brewing in the rear. The proprietor was a thin little man whose accent I couldn't quite place. but I knew it wasn't far from the Persian Gulf. His manners were impeccable, and his smile was full of teeth, while he clasped his skinny hands in a gesture of greeting.
It is my wish to serve you, sir.
Oh, are you the owner?
Mr. Puissant, at your command.
Well, I'm shopping for rugs.
We make a specialty here, sir, of rugs. You are perhaps familiar with Oriental rugs?
In a sketchy way.
Then permit me to make a few suggestions in my humble manner. The finest rugs, as you might know, come from Persia. And this is a perfect example. Feel its texture, sir.
Just like a kitten.
It is a kashan, a notable weave. Observe the striking red foundation with its floral designs and exquisite lines.
Yeah, reminds me a little of an Ispahan.
An Ispahan. Then you do know something about weaving. Ispahan is a rare treasure indeed. Creations of genius from the 16th century. But only a few choice specimens are now in existence. And they're worth a king's ransom.
You've got quite a display here, Puissant.
Very best.
Must take quite a bit of lettuce to make a collection like this. Looks to me like it's worth a lot of dough.
They are here on consignment only, my friend. And all I receive is a commission for the sale. But you do not appear very interested.
Oh, why don't you let me browse around for an hour or so? I like to take my time.
I would be most happy to permit it, sir. But unfortunately, I must close the shop at 6. My wife is conducting a manifestation at that time.
Oh, your wife is a medium?
Well, she does not call herself a medium, but she communicates with the spirit world.
That sounds interesting. Any chance of getting in?
Is there some dear departed loved one you wish to contact?
Oh, dozens of them.
Puissant! Puissant!
Oh, Angela, my dear. My assistant, sir.
How do you do?
Your wife wants to see you.
Oh, thank you, Angela. Excuse me for one moment, sir.
Surely.
Who are you?
The name is Runyon.
What are you doing here?
Shopping.
You're not looking for rugs. You're looking for trouble.
Well, buy that too, if necessary.
Is this a raid?
Not exactly.
There's no law against conducting a meeting in this state.
But there's a law against fraud, sweetheart, and it's still in the book.
Pardon me, sir.
Yeah?
My wife has requested that you join us inside. Show the gentleman in, Angela.
You'd better get out of here while the going's good.
And miss a chance of communicating with the dead?
Suit yourself. But look out you don't end up on their side.
She led me to a room in the back that was windowless and smelled as stuffy as a tomb. There were a number of folding chairs lined up against the wall, the kind they use in funeral parlors. And behind a bare desk, her face as rigid as a mask, sat an oriental-looking woman. We were joined by Oscar Reynard and his wife about 5 minutes later, but we gave no sign of recognition. And as Puissant shuffled to the center of the room, I could feel the tension mounting like the approach of an electrical storm.
The lights, Angela. Put it out, please. Now we are ready to begin. We are waiting, Salah.
We are gathered here together this night, again to make contact with our friends in other worlds. Is there anyone here who wishes to talk to one of the departed?
I do.
Identify yourself, please.
Harriet Bernard.
And who do you wish to see?
Melvin Bishop, my late husband.
Melvin Bishop. Do you hear me? Return to earth and make your presence known. Melvin.
The contact is difficult, Salah.
Very difficult.
But you promised me he'd come.
I am sorry, Mrs. Reynard, but it's quite impossible.
Ah! Melvin! It's Melvin! There he is, Mr. Runyon, above her head.
Put out that light! All right.
It happened so fast, I didn't have a chance to make a move. The face of a man of 60 appeared behind the medium, hazily at first, then much clearer, like solidifying smoke. The next thing I knew, someone brushed past me quickly, and I heard the door open and close as I groped for the light. But Oscar beat me to it. And when the light went on, I saw him standing near the switch, while his wife had passed out completely in her chair.
Harriet, she's fainted.
She'll be all right. Looks as though the rest of the party decided to call it a day.
Sorry. It was Melvin. Now you know that I was right.
I'll show you what you saw, Mrs. Reynard. Over to this wall.
What is it, Mr. Runyon?
Look.
Why, there's a hole in the wall.
Covered over with transparent paper.
And there's a camera inside the hole, worked by remote control. A roll of movie film and a little ingenuity goes a long way as far as suckers are concerned. And as for his voice, it looks as though something new has been added. Move away from that desk, Oscar.
It's a medium, Mr. Williams. It's Starlight, on the floor behind the desk.
With a 10-inch stiletto stuck in her back.
Now let's catch up with the Fat Man.
The police sent out a citywide alarm for Puisan and his girlfriend. But 3 days went by with practically no result. Then I got myself a bright idea. I put an ad in all the papers that must have read like a winning lottery number to a rug dealer, because I offered to sell a genuine Isfahan for exactly $100. I listed my phone, address, and my apartment number, but I didn't include my name. And for a day or so, I was flooded with fancy offers. I just about figured that Puisan was wise to the gag when I got another call. And as I put on my best international accent, I recognized Puisan's dulcet tones at the other end of the wire.
Hello?
Yes?
I am calling in regard to an advertisement in the paper.
Oh, the rug.
You say it is an Isfahan?
Oh, the genuine article.
And why do you wish to sell it so cheaply?
I am selling a rug, my friend, but not a history of how I obtained it. Do you wish to inspect it?
If you please.
My address was included in the advertisement.
Will you be home within the hour?
I shall be most delighted.
And I shall be most pleased to visit your house. Mr. Runyon.
Hello, Puisan. Come in. Come in and make yourself at home.
But the name downstairs in the mailbox, it was perfect.
Don't tell anybody, but he's the guy who sells me my towels.
It was a trick.
And a pretty obvious one. I didn't think you were dumb enough to fall. Now, just raise your hands above your shoulders, sweetheart, like a good little man.
But I have no weapons, if that's what you are looking for.
No extra stilettos to spare?
You think I killed Salah?
Oh, no, of course you didn't. She died of a heavy cold.
But I didn't even know what had happened in that room until I read it in the papers, Mr. Runyon. I swear that is the truth.
Then what was your hurry to scram out? And don't tell me you had a date with your dentist.
I was pulled out.
By one of Salah's ghosts?
By Angela.
Incidentally, where is she?
Angela?
Now, don't stall, Puisan. I'm way ahead of you.
I don't know where she has gone.
That sounds very convincing. Okay, try this one. How did you get a hold of that film of Melvin Bishop?
What film?
Oh, brother. Now we're really getting cagey.
I know nothing about the film.
Or a camera. And how about those old dictaphone records you used? Don't tell me Melvin made them after he was buried.
Oh, you are trying to confuse me. I don't know what you mean, Mr. Runyon.
Okay, I'll explain it to you in a different way. Up to now, all you faced was a fraud rap. You might have gotten a year or two in the clink, or even a suspended sentence for a first offense. But homicide is a different story.
But I didn't murder her, Mr. Runyon. Well, what shall I do? Tell me how to save myself. I'm an innocent man.
Where's Angela, Poussin?
If I tell you where to find her, will I go free?
Well, that all depends. But if you don't give me a lead, you haven't got a chance.
Very well, Mr. Runyon. I will take you to Angela.
We got into my car and drove downtown to a section near Greenwich Village. Then parked near one of those gypsy hangouts converted from an empty store. The phrenologist's skull was pictured in the window along with a giant human hand. And inside at a small table with a bottle of hooch in front of her was Angela.
Poisson?
I see you double in brass, baby. How's the palm reading business?
What do you want?
I'd like to have my fortune told.
Angela?
Shut up! So this is what I get for being loyal to you. You double-crossing little stool pigeon.
But he said it was murder, Angela. And he told me they'd give me the electric chair.
I hope they do. I hope you sit there, Poisson, and froth.
Maybe you'll be sitting on his lap, sweetheart.
You've got nothing on me. I didn't kill Sarah. Why should I?
Because you hated her.
Why, you lying little...
Temper.
How many times did you make a play for me behind her back?
This is not true, Mr. Runyon.
Not much it isn't, you hypocritical little fake.
No, I treated Angela as a daughter. And as far as my wife was concerned, I never knew until the other night that she was a fraud.
You mean you attended those phony sessions and played it straight?
I believed my wife had occult powers because I am a superstitious man. Whatever was done without my knowledge.
This jerk was so dumb his own wife didn't trust him. And I felt sorry for him. Like a dope, I tried to save his rotten hide. But from now on, he's on his own. He can worm his way out of this one all by himself.
You've got a little worming of your own to finish, sweetheart.
Don't threaten me. You've got nothing on me but a misdemeanor.
You don't say.
All right, so I did figure out the moving picture stunt. So what? It was Sala who collected the dough. And it was Sala who also held out on me for my share. But I fixed her wagon.
With a 10-inch knife.
I didn't touch her. All I did was work the movie camera when she didn't expect it. I knew you were a private dick, and so did she. We were supposed to let this act go flat that night, so you couldn't get any evidence. Too bad that room was dark. I would have loved to see her face when I flashed that picture on the wall.
Where'd you get a hold of it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Believe me, sweetheart, I'm gonna know.
You can take me into custody. And you can question me from now until the cows come home. You won't be able to hold me for murder, and you know it.
How much you getting paid to keep your mouth shut?
Plenty. A lot more than you can afford to pay to open it up. And there's no question about my getting the moolah this time, handsome. Because this time, I'm on the receiving end alone. Here's luck, you oversized flatfoot. All good for me, and all bad for you.
Runyon, what has happened to her?
She's dead, Poisson.
Dead?
That bottle of booze must be loaded with poisoned dynamite. She said she was on the receiving end, and she wasn't kidding. I put in a call to headquarters and left Poisson with the body. Then I hopped into my car and started for Mrs. Reynard's suburban home. I didn't bother with the doorbell, but entered through the service entrance in the basement and found my way upstairs to the first floor. The house was dark, which suited me fine, and I used a pocket flash to browse around. But 10 minutes later, as I was going through a study desk, I suddenly found out the place wasn't as empty as I thought it was. Oh, good evening.
What are you doing in my house, Mr. Runyon?
Didn't the butler announce me, Oscar?
I can't believe it. Can it be possible that you're nothing but a common thief?
No, stop. Where's your wife?
She's ill in bed. I was turning in myself when I heard a noise down here, so I found my gun and decided to investigate.
Oh, relax, Oscar, and put the gun away. You know I didn't come here to steal the silverware.
Well, why did you come?
I was looking for some film.
Film?
Movie film. Was the late Melvin Bishop an amateur motion picture fan?
That's something I couldn't tell you.
Well, then maybe Mrs. Reynard can.
I told you she was ill.
Huh? What's the matter with her?
The shock of the medium's murder was a little too much.
Well, she can spare me a couple of minutes. I won't be long.
You insist on seeing her?
Yeah, if it's all right with you.
Very well, Mr. Runyon.
Oscar.
Yes?
Don't you think we'd both be a little more comfortable without that gun in your hand?
I'm perfectly relaxed.
Yes, so I noticed.
My wife is on the floor above. We'll use those stairs. You can proceed to her room, Mr. Runyon, and I will follow. Right behind.
We slowly climbed the staircase to the upper floor, and Oscar nudged me into the room with the barrel of his gun. His wife was in bed, propped up on a couple of pillows, and I noticed a glass of milk on a table right next to her. She looked a little startled when her husband and I walked in, particularly when she saw the gun in Oscar's hand and the unusual expression on his ordinarily timid face. Sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Reynard.
I found Mr. Runyon in the study downstairs prowling through the house.
I don't understand.
Well, you will in just a minute.
Mr. Runyon would like to ask you a question, Harriet.
Oh, it's already answered. That moving picture film the medium used belonged to Melvin Bishop, and it came from here. I found more just like it in the study desk.
But how did they get hold of it?
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. It could have been stolen by Angela, for instance. But that theory was eliminated when Angela was.
Eliminated?
The girl is dead, Mrs. Reynard. She had a visitor a few minutes before I spoke to her. He brought a bottle of poisoned whiskey and a proposition to keep her mouth shut. She accepted both and crossed herself off my list.
But that's incredible.
Your husband made a bargain with Sala, the medium, to fleece you a little dough. He gave her the film and a couple of Melvin's old dictaphone discs. When Melvin asked you for the money, the voice was dubbed in. But it wasn't hard to do with a perfect model on a record.
The man is mad, Harriet. Absolutely mad.
On the night I went to Puissant's, Oscar got in touch with Sala. He told her a private detective was on his way and had to play it down. She was going to do just what he asked her to when Angela decided to throw a monkey wrench in the works. Oscar thought Sala was crossing him, so he knocked her off.
Don't you think you might...
It's as good as in the bag. You're the only logical nominee who happens to be left, Oscar. You settled that when you settled with Angela.
Yes, I settled with her the way I intend to settle with you, Mr. Runyon.
Only I'm not blackmailing you, Oscar. I'm putting you in the chair. You ought to stick to poison.
Oh, you killed him.
And the only thing that would kill this guy would be a dose of DDT. You mind if I borrow that glass of milk, Mrs. Reynard? I imagine Oscar prepared it for you with his own little hands. Come on, come out of it, sweetheart. Papa's got a little drink. Here, would you like to wet your whistle?
No, take it away, for heaven's sake. Don't put that glass near my mouth.
It's funny, I had a hunch about that one.
What's in that glass, Mr. Runyon?
A slight dose of poison, Mrs. Reynard.
Poison?
Probably enough to kill a horse. Someone must have given your husband a chemistry set for Christmas. All right, Oscar, up on your feet.
All right.
The next time you attend a seance, you'll be sitting in the important chair. And when they pull that switch, mister, you'll contact Melvin Bishop in person.
Before you go to bed tonight, look in your medicine cabinet. See if you have a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. If you haven't, make a note to stop in at your druggist tomorrow morning. With Pepto-Bismol on hand, you're ready to help relieve the distress of acid indigestion, heartburn, or that uneasy upset feeling that follows overeating. Anybody can take Pepto-Bismol anytime. Pepto-Bismol contains no sugar. If you haven't yet tried Pepto-Bismol, ask your druggist. So remember, when your stomach's upset, don't add to the upset. Take soothing Pepto-Bismol and feel good again.
Next week, the Norwich Pharmaceutical Company presents that fascinating and exciting character, the Fat Man, in the adventure called Murder Rides the Breakers.
A short while ago, a traveling salesman threw his cigarette butt out of the car window as he sailed along listening to his car radio. It was a dry day. There was a breeze. Well, you know the rest. The cigarette set fire to the dried grass, caught some twigs, then spread along the roadside till some low branches burst into flame. Then another breeze sprang up, and the big fire started. But the traveling salesman had gone from there. He never realized that his carelessness had caused a forest fire. You're not like that, salesman. You never throw lighted butts out of the car windows, do you? The Fat Man is brought to Canadian listeners by the Norwich Pharmaceutical Company Limited, Toronto, Canada. Herb May speaking. This is the Dominion Network of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation.
Welcome back. Well, we once again hear something a little bit different here. I should note that this episode was originally broadcast July 22nd, 1949, and it's the last of the 1940s episodes of The Fat Man we have available to us. And of course, this was actually, this particular recording was originally broadcast in Canada. Now, you may wonder what the Dominion Network was. The Dominion Network was a second network of the Canadian Broadcasting Company. There were a bunch of independent stations that private affiliates. They wanted to start their own radio network so they could carry some American programming. And they were turned down by the government. But there really was a demand and a need for that sort of network. And so the CBC, kind of afraid that eventually they might get their way, the Dominion Network was established. And during the evening, the Dominion Network, they tended to run lighter programs. And American programs in particular. During the daytime, there wasn't any particular programs, so they could purchase. So affiliate owners could go ahead and purchase purchase programs and syndicate things, do local shows, a whole lot of choice there. And then it eventually did break up. The network did in 1962, but. Thanks to them, we have an episode of The Fat Man. It's somewhat unique because there were actually only 34 privately owned networks, so less opportunity for transcription disc to exist. But I think it does say something about The Fat Man that it did end up being picked up in Canada. Its U.S. popularity and quality were enough to make it in demand up there. All right, well, that will do it. We'll see you next week with another episode of The Fat Man. Join us tomorrow for Let George Do It. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for all of your support. And I especially want to thank Michael, who sent along a very nice donation. It's truly appreciated. Now it is time for today's episode of Let George Do It. This one is called The Starlight Pier.
Personal notice, danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details. Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It. Before we begin tonight's adventure of George Valentine, consider this important fact about gasoline. Any gasoline can be refined in such a way as to stress one feature at the expense of others. But Chevron Supreme Gasoline is designed to give you all 8 necessary high-performance qualities, starting, warm-up, acceleration, area blending, vapor lock prevention, anti-knock, and power. For top performance under all driving conditions, shift to the gas with all 8 Chevron Supreme Gasoline at standard stations and independent Chevron gas stations where they say and mean, we take better care of your car.
Starlight Pier, another adventure of George Valentine.
Dear Mr. Valentine, looks like I'm about to lose everything I got. Because of a string of circumstances I can't control. I own the amusement zone on Starlight Pier. You've never heard of me, but you've probably read in the papers about the accidents that have been happening down here the last couple of weeks. Somebody's out to get me, Mr. Valentine. Out to ruin my business. Maybe you can find out and stop it. If you want to try, please take a boat onto the Tunnel of Love this Friday afternoon at exactly 1 o'clock. Sounds like a lot of folderol, but I'll explain when I see you. Signed, Tex Manners.
George.
Yeah, Brooksy?
I don't like this.
Too dark in here for you? Oh, don't worry. I'm a very exemplary character, Angel. Oh, the goon boy with the eerie green light on him, huh? Ah, you've seen him before. Never used to scare you.
I know it. Guess I'm just silly. But why the owner of an amusement park should want to meet you in this Tunnel of Love place instead of his office?
Well, maybe just another way of drumming up trade. Business does seem pretty slim today out there.
There isn't another boat going through here, darling. Maybe it's some kind of a plot.
Valentine.
George.
Yeah, I'm Valentine. You Tex Manners?
That's right. Waiting for your boat. I can't see it, but I can stop it when... yeah, I got it. Hey, you in the front seat?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I'll get in the back. If I can find it in the dark. There. See, I thought I heard a woman's voice.
You did. Miss Brooks, my assistant.
Oh. Well, okay. Wait, I'll let the boat drift along again.
Mr. Manners, why did you want us to meet you here?
Didn't want anybody to know I've hired Mr. Valentine. Figure you can work better if nobody knows who you are.
Yeah. Well, just what do you want me to do?
Find out who's trying to sabotage my business, like I told you in my letter. You've read about what's been going on.
Well, yeah, I saw where your Ferris wheel broke down.
Car came off when it was up high, mighty close to killing somebody.
And didn't something happen to your roller coaster?
Sure did. Train was almost at the top of the pull. He broke loose, raced all the way back down. One lady broke her arm.
What makes you think it's sabotage, Mr. Manners? Those things do happen, don't they?
Not with my equipment. Never have any accidents. And they both happened on a Friday. Last 2 weeks.
Well, still, it might be a coincidence.
Couldn't be. I examined the gear both times myself. It had been tampered with by somebody who knows carnival machinery.
Well, I'll have to take your word for that. You think it's somebody right here on your own pier, huh?
Looks that way. Except I can't understand it. All the people who run my concessions are all right.
No enemies among them, huh?
Not that I know of.
Both of these accidents have happened on Friday?
Yes, ma'am. Not that I'm superstitious about Fridays, you understand, but nobody wants to ride the wheel or the rolly anymore. Another one or two of these things and nobody will come to the pier.
Uh-huh. Got any idea where I ought to start on this job, Mr. Manners?
Valentine, I haven't got a thing to help you.
George, there's another one of those horrible things.
Oh, now, look, watch your nerves, Brooksy, just because it's... Where are you, Brooksy?
Right here.
Take it easy. The water's shallow. You can stand in it.
Yeah, I got you, Angel. Come on, now, stand up. That's right.
I am.
All right.
That big monstrosity fell right over on our boat. It almost hit us.
All right, I know. Now, easy. Hey, how do we get out of here, Manners?
Wait over this way. There's a ledge.
Yeah, it better be. I'll help you, Angel.
Keep coming. This way. Follow my voice.
Okay, we're with you.
Feel the ledge?
Yeah, got it. All right, up with you, Brooksy.
Sure.
Okay, there you are. Well, nice experience you're giving us, Manners.
It's Friday again. But I didn't think they'd do anything to the Tunnel of Love.
Yeah, well, they did, all right. Now, where do we go from here? That thing's wrecked the boat.
Hello! Hold on, I'm coming.
That's Ned Parker. He runs the tunnel. He'll get you out back. Wait for him.
Well, what about you?
There's a trap door just down here. I'm getting out. Don't tell Ned you saw me in here. I don't know. That's for you to find out, Valentine. Make some excuse to come to the office when you want to see me, but stick with it. I'll see you later.
Where are you people? Call out.
We're here, all right, and we ought to sue you.
What do you mean you ought to sue me? I waited for your boat to come out of the tunnel and... Where did I turn on my flashlight? Well,
Is that all you have to say?
What are you doing sitting up there on the ledge, dripping wet?
Maybe you can tell us. Look at our boat.
What? Why, what happened?
One of your big dummies fell over on us. Darn near killed us. I think we will sue you.
Oh, no, don't sue me. I don't own this concession. Just run it. If you're going to sue anybody, it's the owner, Tex Manor.
Oh.
Tex Manor. He might settle with you if he can afford it. Now I'll get you out of here.
Roller coaster in the entire West. Thrills. Come on in and take a ride.
Oh.
Huh? Oh, hello, my friend.
You Wheels McKay?
Huh? How did you know?
I figured you must be. Says right there on the sign. Manager, Wheels McKay.
Oh, yeah, sure. You gonna take a ride?
Well, no, not right now. Maybe later. Say, you don't seem to be doing much of any business today.
No, yesterday or for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to the guy that runs the Ferris wheel. What's his name?
Joe Park?
Yeah, that's it. He tells me the same thing. Guess it's because of these accidents, huh?
Of course it is. People staying away like we had the plague.
Oh, that's too bad. Guess that thing in the Tunnel of Love yesterday won't help any either, will it?
No. There's another. Say, ain't you the one that was on that ride when it happened?
That's right.
Yeah. Saw you come out all dripping wet. How come you're back again so soon?
Oh, I don't know. I sort of like these places. Besides, I don't have to worry today. It isn't Friday.
No, you're right. Look, you're up to something around here. What is it? Insurance company?
Oh, no, just curiosity. Well, might come back and take a ride later, Wheels.
Yeah. Do that.
The secret of the future. Madame Delta knows all, tells all. Your future is an open book. You, sir. Tell your fortune.
Oh, well, sure, that's a good idea. How much?
For you, 25 cents.
That's a deal. There you are. Let's hear the worst.
You said the worst.
Oh, that's just a figure of speech.
Perhaps not.
No? What do you mean by that?
I see for you danger. Danger in the near future in this place, on Starlight Pier.
Yeah?
But you may avoid the danger. Do not come here again, or evil will befall you.
Uh-huh. Does it have anything to do with these accidents out here?
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
Look, Madam Zelda, if you can read the future so well, why can't you predict what's going to happen next and tell the boss?
It is not given to me to tell this yet. My warning is to you. Do not come here again.
Come in. Hi, Tex. Just wanted to see if it... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were busy.
Valentine, what are you doing here? I thought I said... Oh, never mind. This is Sandy, my night watchman, Mr. Valentine.
Hello.
How are you, Mr. Valentine?
That's all for now, Sandy. Just remember what I said. No sleeping on the job, especially on Thursday night.
I got it, Mr. Manners. You can bank on me. Well, pleased to know you, Mr. Valentine.
Yeah, sure.
Say, what'd you come down for today?
I just wanted to talk to the people who run your concessions.
Oh, who'd you see?
Ned Parker, Tunnel of Love, Joe Parks, the Ferris wheel. Then I saw Wheels McKay.
Yeah?
Best bet so far.
Why do you say that?
Oh, acted pretty suspicious. Tried to find out what I was doing around here.
Well, sure, that makes sense. I told Wheels I was getting somebody in to work on this thing. Naturally, he's going to suspect anybody who asks questions.
Oh, and also the fortune teller. She warned me to stay away.
Well, you know that accent's a phony. She happens to be Wheels McKay's wife. She was just afraid you'd stick your neck out too far, I guess.
Well, maybe that is it.
Hey, by the way, how come you just talked to the people who had accidents on their rides? Why not try the others?
Oh, now look, Tex, if this is an inside job and one of your concession managers is doing it, wouldn't he have something happen to his own ride so he wouldn't be suspected?
Well, could be. I see what you mean. But I just don't happen to go along with you on that.
You may be right. We'll soon find out.
Yeah? How so?
I'm going to meet you here Thursday night after the pier's closed. Maybe your night watchman doesn't keep his eyes open, but I'm going to.
Afraid you're off on a wild goose chase, Valentine.
Maybe. By the way, did you tell anybody at all that I'd be here tonight?
Nope. Nobody.
Good. Hey, where's the watchman? What's his name? Sandy?
Yeah, he's probably making his rounds somewhere. I haven't seen him since we started down the pier.
No. Or anybody else, for that matter.
Well, I told you, probably not going to...
Wait a minute, hold on. What's that?
Hey, comes from over there by the diving bell.
Yeah. Get that back in the shot.
Okay.
Sure. I can see a figure over there now.
Somebody tinkering with a power plant for the bell. Come on, let's get over there.
No, wait a minute. We won't. I will. Two of us will be spotted too easily. You back to your office. Stay in the shadows so they won't see you.
How about you?
I'm going around the other side of the bell and surprise them. I'll get back to you in a few minutes.
Okay, but be careful, son. Can't tell.
Sure. Okay, Buster, what's the idea? That's better, friend. Just stay where you are. This is one Thursday night party that didn't come off, huh? Now stand up. Oh, wait a minute now. You look out.
In just a moment, we'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. Which is the most important tire on your car? Right. The oldest and smoothest tire is the most important because that's the one that will probably cause trouble first. And that's one reason why it pays to have your tires checked regularly by car savers at standard stations and independent Chevron gas stations. Car savers are experts at making tires last longer. For instance, they recommend a scientific pattern of tire switching every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. And that includes the spare, too, for it needs regular service to keep the rubber flexed and lively. Car savers also check your tires for cuts and bruises to be sure that they're safe and road ready. And car savers don't overlook the importance of keeping your tires properly inflated. They inspect them regularly to be sure that the correct pressure is maintained. So if you want to be sure that all your tires are in good shape, drive in soon for free tire inspection by the car savers at independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations. For tire switching at regular intervals, for new tires, for any kind of tire service, you can depend on car savers. They'll help you get more and more miles out of your present tires. And it's just one of the many services available to Western motorists at independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations where they say and mean we take better care of your car. And now back to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. You're hired by Tex Manners, the owner of an amusement zone called Starlight Pier, to try and discover the reason behind accidents that have been happening on his concessions. As a matter of fact, you've been involved in one of them yourself, as usual on a Friday. But on Thursday night, when you think you've finally caught up with the saboteur, you find yourself not thinking at all. If your name is George Valentine, you suddenly come back to consciousness, flat on your back beside the diving bell machinery, with a voice coming closer and closer.
Hello! I said hello! What's going on? Oh. You better not try any funny business. I've got you... Oh, you're that young fellow that was in Mr. Manners' office the other day.
I am.
Aye, name of Valentine.
Yeah, and you'd be a night watchman named Sandy.
Aye, that's right. But say, what are you doing around here this time of night, lad? That takes a bit of explaining.
Yeah. By the way... where were you a few minutes ago? That takes a bit of explaining, too.
Look here, lad, what kind of talk is that? I was down the pier on my rounds. I heard a noise back here.
Sure you weren't right close by here at the time?
What are you trying to say by that? I'd better turn you over to Mr. Manners.
Or the other way around. Give me that flashlight.
I will not.
Yes, you will. Something I want to look at.
Now, look here.
That's better. Yeah, just what I thought I saw.
Huh? What?
Knuckles on your right hand there. They seem to be bleeding.
I know. I hurt my hand on a gate.
Or on somebody's face.
Somebody's face? What are you talking about?
Mine, maybe.
Look, lad, you're out of your head or something. I'll take you back to Mr. Manners' office.
Wait a minute, will you? Thought I saw something.
All right, lad. No tricks now. What are you looking for?
Nothing. I just thought whoever hit me left a calling card. I was wrong.
You picked up something.
No. I thought I saw a piece of paper on the ground over there. It was just this wrench.
Now, lad, don't try anything.
Actually not. You've got the gun. I've only got a flashlight.
And a wrench.
Well, here, take it if you're worried. Now, come on, let's get back to Tex Manners' office so you can turn me in.
So that's the way it was, Mr. Manners. I found this lad flat on his back beside the diving bell, and he even tried to accuse me.
All right, Sandy, all right. Mr. Valentine's okay. You don't have to worry about him. That's all.
Aye, sir. Very well. But if you need any help, just call out, sir.
Yeah, all right, Sandy. But I won't. Well, Valentine, whoever it was saw you tinkering with the diving bell got to you first, huh?
Quite neatly, yes. Left me for a little nap.
You couldn't see who it was?
No, it was too dark.
He must have heard the voice. Didn't he say anything?
Not a word. Jumped me, laid in one good sock to the button, and I was out.
That's too bad.
That's an understatement. Incidentally, do you know a cafe up the street called the Tropicana?
Tropicana?
Yeah.
No, can't say I do.
Just might help us to clean up this case.
How?
That's what I gotta find out. By the way, a week from tomorrow morning, in case we haven't got to the bottom of this thing, watch out for the shoot-the-shoots. Might be bad.
Now, hey, son, how do you know all this?
Well, maybe I had a vision while I was knocked out. Take it easy, Tex. See you tomorrow.
George.
Yeah, Angel?
I'm not trying to butt in, but you said we're going to a cafe called the Tropicana.
That is right.
Well, would you mind telling me what that has to do with Mr. Manners and the Starlight Pier?
Not at all. Matter of fact, I'll show you. Here.
What, this paper?
That's right.
But it's only a list... George.
What's that?
This is a list of the rides at Starlight Pier.
Sure. In the order of their fate. I picked that up beside the diving bell after I came to last night.
Roller coaster, Ferris wheel, tunnel of love, diving bell, shoot the shoots. Darling.
Well?
But those are the rides that have had accidents.
Sure.
Oh, but the shoot the shoots in Virginia Wheel.
Turn it over, Brooks.
What? Oh. Oh, it's torn off the top of a menu.
Menu from the Tropicana Cafe. Right, and here we are.
You think they'd know who made that list?
No, probably not. But they'd know who comes here from Starlight Pier. Come on, let's go.
You going to come right out and ask them, George?
No, indeed. Some people are cagey. I'm going to buy the cafe.
You what?
That's right. But first I have to know what kind of trade they have.
But supposing they're not willing to sell it.
Always wanted to own a cafe. Let's go in.
Okay.
Hello? Anybody here?
Yes, come in.
Okay.
Sorry, folks, we're not open yet. We open at 11.
Oh, that's all right. I just wanted to see the owner.
And I'm the owner.
Good. How do you do? My name is Valentine, and this is my friend, Miss Brooks.
How do you do?
And you're...
Fowler, Matt Fowler.
Matt
what
Fowler.
can I do for you?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Fowler, I'm in the market to buy a cafe just like this one. You interested in selling?
I don't know. Maybe if the price is right.
How's business?
Pretty fair. Not great, but pretty fair.
Well, you ought to get a pretty good play from Starlight. You're so close.
Those people? They eat hot dogs and hamburgers on the pier.
Oh, no. I mean the people who work there. Some of them must eat here, don't they?
Can't say. All I know about my customers is they eat and pay for it. Don't know who they are.
You haven't owned the place very long yourself, have you, Mr. Fowler?
What do you mean?
Well, I just noticed the car outside. It's yours, isn't it?
Yes, that's...
With Arkansas license plate, so I thought naturally...
Yeah, that's right. I came from Arkansas just a few months ago.
Oh, figure the restaurant business is better here?
I wasn't running a cafe there. I had a carny.
Carnival, huh? Say, that's interesting.
It wasn't. Business dropped off and I lost it. Had to start all over again.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Well, I'm not interested in carnivals anyway. I got a little Frank stand in town called the Barking Dog, but I want to branch out.
You see.
Drove up here last night. Was going to stop in, but it was after midnight. Didn't think the owner'd be in.
I was right here all night until 2 in the morning.
Oh. Well, think you'd be interested in selling?
Well, In a month or so, Mike.
Oh, say, that's great. Of course, I couldn't swing the thing alone. I got a backer. He'd have to see it first.
Yeah, I understand.
But I'm sure he'd like this location as much as I do. Say, where's that door in the back go to?
That's my office.
Oh, I see. Hey, look, I got an idea.
What is it, George?
Well, while we're here, I'd like to take a picture of the place to show Larry. That's my backer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you don't mind, Mr. Fowler?
No, go right ahead.
Good, okay. I got a flash camera out in the car. You and Miss Brooks sit over there at that table. Kind of dress up the picture a little, huh?
All right, yeah.
Well, now you two get all set and I'll bring in the camera. Believe me, this ought to sell a bill of goods.
All right, Valentine, Miss Brooks, have seats.
Thanks, Mr. Manners.
Hey, you act as though you got something, Valentine.
Well, I think I have. Tell me, Tex, did you ever have a business in Arkansas?
Why, sure. Just before I came here, I had a carnival in Pine Bluff.
Oh, that's great. Now we're getting somewhere. Did you ever know a man by the name of Matt Fowler?
Matt Fowler?
Uh-huh.
No, can't say as I did. Name isn't familiar.
Well, here's a picture of him I took at the Tropicana yesterday. You take a look at it. Know the man?
No. No, never set eyes on that man, son.
Oh. Well, it was a good try anyway. You and this character both had carnivals in Arkansas. You have businesses a few blocks from each other. It sort of added up.
I'm sorry it didn't work, Valentine. At least you're on the job. Try again, will you?
I'd better try again, and fast. They might just try switching the order of these accidents, and you'd have a mess of broken arms and heads.
A few more, Valentine. I'll be out of business.
I know. Brooksy?
Yes, George?
Let's get back to the office. I want to sit down and do some thinking.
George, you're not getting anywhere, and you know it. Let's close up the office for the day.
It's gonna add up. It's gonna add up. 2 and 2 about.
Are you sure you're all right, darling?
Yeah, and I think I'm getting better and better.
You are? How?
Hey, look, Brooksy, it's a long shot, but long shots do come in and pay off.
Riddled again.
Tell you when I get it worked out. Hey, first call Tex Manners.
Yes, master.
Tell him to meet us behind the Tropicana Cafe at exactly 7:45 tomorrow night.
Uh-huh. Suppose he wants to know why.
Oh, he doesn't have to yet. Tell him to bring along a cop, plainclothes man if he can get one, and be sure they're not seen.
I suppose detectives play long shots, too.
Now, you go on home. Tonight I gotta pay a short visit to Starlight Pier, after the lights are out.
George, somebody's coming. It must be Tex.
Yeah, about time.
Valentine?
Yeah. That's you, Tex?
Sure. Where are you?
Over this way. Right back of the building.
Okay. I don't know what kind of tomfoolishness you're up to, Valentine. Oh, this is Sergeant Laird.
Hello, Valentine. What's up?
Well, you'll see for yourself in just a minute, Sarge. And if I am right, you better be ready to make a quick pinch. Just one thing to do first.
Yeah, what, George?
You gotta pry up the window to this office so we can hear what goes on inside.
I told you I don't know the man that owns this place.
That's right. But maybe he knows you. There. That ought to be enough. Hey, you got any idea what time it is?
Must be just about 8. We were delayed.
Doesn't matter, Sarge. You didn't miss anything. Well, now we'll just have to wait.
You're sure you know how to play detective, Valentine?
If that was a nasty crack, I'll disregard it, Sergeant.
George, somebody's coming in the door.
Oh, yeah. Okay, get your ears close to the window and listen. Don't make any noise.
Come on in, I'll shut the door.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now, what's on your mind, Wheels? Don't like you coming here, you know.
Ah, what do you mean, Matt? You sent for me.
I sent for you?
Sure. I got the note you slipped under the box office door when I opened up this
Now,
morning.
wait a minute. I didn't
I figured it was something about wrecking the shoots tomorrow night. I've got it all set up, Matt, just like you wanted. Ought to be easy.
Wheels.
Yeah?
I'm trying to tell you I didn't leave no note for you.
What? And who did?
How do I know? One thing for sure, there's Valentine's catching on, and we got to play it fast and safe from now on. Switch the days you wreck the chutes and the reel.
Yeah, sure, Matt.
And don't get caught. 2 more accidents on the pier, and we'll have Tex Manners out of business.
I still get half interest when you take over.
Sure, right on, Wells. Now, they're playing games, only we got to play it smart. Now, come on outside.
Guess that explains it, Tex.
Well, I'll be.
Sure does, Valentine.
You got enough on him to make the arrest, Sergeant?
Yeah. Come on, Tex. We'll go around and take him at the front door.
We sure will. Come on around, Valentine. Yeah, I'll be right with you.
George, you left that note for Wheels McKay yourself.
That's right.
But how did you know he was the one?
I didn't. Tell you about it when we get those boys in custody, Brooksy.
Here's a reminder for new car owners. New RPM motor oil exceeds all the requirements of car manufacturers who now recommend a heavy-duty motor oil. A new RPM doubles engine life, the time between major overhauls due to lubrication. Yes, even a cab company, operating in the tough grind all cabs go through, found new RPM reduced engine wear 71%. So for top protection for your engine, get new RPM motor oil at any independent Chevron gas station or standard station, where they say and mean we take better care of your car.
But, George, if you didn't know it was Wheels McKay who was wrecking the rides, what made you so sure he'd show up?
I didn't know who'd show up. I didn't take a chance.
What do you mean?
I left the same note at every concession. Oh. Yeah, I just added up Arkansas and an accomplice on the pier. Then all I had to do was wait for someone to show his hand. It just happened to be Wheels.
Then this Matt Fowler just wanted to put Tex out of business so he could take over the pier?
Well, it was a little more than that. Tex didn't know it, but he'd put Fowler's carnival out of business when he set up back in Arkansas. Wheels told the sergeant.
Oh, well. Anyway, they're both off for jail, and we've still got a whole evening ahead of us.
No, that's right, Angel. I sort of figured we'd go back to Starlight Pier.
Oh, that would be fun. Ride in the tunnel of love?
The Ferris wheel.
Oh, George.
Tonight's adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations throughout the West. Robert Bailey is starred as George, with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It was written by Lloyd London and directed by Kenneth Webb. Harry Bartell was heard as Tex, Frank Gerstle as Wheels, Jerome Sheldon as Ned, Hal Gerard as Matt, and Eric Snowden as Sandy. The music was composed and presented by Eddie Dunstetter. Your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, for Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Seems like we've had a few carnivals show up in some recent episodes, but a good, decent solution here. We do now turn to listener comments and feedback. This one got buried, so I'm a little late getting to it, but Cameron emails in. I just thought I'd point out a humorous coincidence on Let George Do It, episode 763, The Common Denominator. When the carnival owner is identifying photos of people he did time with in San Quentin prisons, he identified one as Bill Gates. Guess that's the reason they put disclaimers in shows now saying the names and people, etc. are fictitious. Just thought listeners would like that one. Well, thanks so much, Cameron. And they did that even in films back then. Didn't really do it on radio programs. It is interesting. There are these times that things happen where a name that didn't mean a whole lot back then later became a name that's very significant and well recognized in our time. One of my favorite examples of this is there's actually an episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, called The Jimmy Carter Matter. Of course, had nothing to do with the future president of the United States, and at that point, future governor of Georgia. But it's interesting how character names can take on some significance that the writer never intended. HH Girl 91 leaves a review. Despite some complaints from Adam, I absolutely love the mixture of comedy and mystery. Sometimes the murder mysteries and such can get a little too serious and bland, and this makes it fun and silly. Yet, still, the show is the detective category. Kind of reminds me of a radio version of Magnum P.I. Because of his humor. That's an interesting comparison. Probably makes more sense than the other review we have on the Let George Do It show. Compared it to CSI, I could kind of see Magnum P.I. But thanks so much for your comment. It's much appreciated. We love bringing you this show. We'll be back next Wednesday with another episode of Let George Do It. And join us tomorrow for Sherlock Holmes. In the meanwhile, follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives. Today's episode is brought to you by the support of our listeners. Thank you so much for your support. Now it's time for today's episode. This one is called The Bloodstained Goddess.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft Clothes for Men and more than 1,200 leading retail stores from coast to coast presents Arthur Conan Doyle's immortal character, the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, starring John Stanley. This week's story, The Adventure of the Bloodstained Goddess.
Holmes, there's no more dangerous spot in all of London, perhaps in all the world, than these alleys back of Limehouse Causeway.
Nevertheless, my dear Watson, the gentleman we are pursuing has gone this way, and we shall follow. Hurry, man, hurry!
Very well. But wait!
What is it?
The doorway. A man with a knife in his hand. See how it gleams in the moonlight?
We must walk past him, Watson.
He'll cut us to bits.
We must walk past him. Come on.
Careful. Slowly. Slowly.
At this point in our program, I usually talk to our male listeners. Tonight it's different, though. I'm going to speak to the ladies about Clipper Craft Clothes for Men. Lady, when the man in your life buys a new suit, go with him. Make him look at a Clipper Craft pure worsted suit for only $45. Compare it with suits costing many dollars more. You'll see fine tailoring and style, too, in the Clipper Craft suit. They make a man's shoulders seem broader, his hips seem narrower. Clipper Craft clothes flatter the male animal. Now, a mere man can't be expected to understand style and tailoring, but you ladies will recognize the styling in Clipper Craft suits. Styling that looks like a lot more than $45. And handsomely styled Clipper Craft topcoats are only $40 to $47.50. So tomorrow, take your man firmly by the hand and lead him to the nearest independent store that features Clipper Craft clothes. Usually the best clothing store in town. Dr. Watson, who was the Bloodstained Goddess?
The answer, Mr. Harris, to all of the questions about the goddess involved a chase through the eerie streets of Limehouse that would have broken anyone's nerves. It caused a hideous death and had one of the most mystifying final results I have ever seen Holmes produce. We were in the flat at 221B Baker Street. Holmes had a visitor, a very distinguished and obviously wealthy Chinese gentleman.
Pray be seated, King Juan.
You're most kind and hospitable, Mr. Holmes.
I take it the importance of your mission justifies the long trip from China here to London.
It does, Mr. Holmes.
You say, Mr. King, you're a provincial governor of China?
Yes, Dr. Watson. And it is a thankless, difficult post. The natives, you see, are illiterate, uncouth, inclined to violence and treachery. We stamp out the flames of one rebellion, only to learn another has been kindled.
Yes, I understand your position very well, sir.
The greatest revolt we have ever faced confronts us now, Mr. Holmes. It is led by a strange, unearthly person. The natives worship this person with a fanatic love.
And who is this idol?
A young girl, sir, Madame Tashi. Her power is enormous. Thousands of natives have gladly died for her. Just recently, my troops gained the upper hand in a city where we believed we might capture her. But the goddess disappeared.
Why have you come to me, Ken Kwan?
I must find Madame Tashi and bring her to justice. Or should I say, Mr. Holmes, you must find her?
Well, have you any notion as to where she's gone off to?
We captured her closest friend and advisor, an old gentleman named Chung Fu, but he would give us no clues whatsoever. Then he too disappeared. Nevertheless, my operatives did trace Madame Tashi here, to London. She has come to London secretly, to hide, to raise funds, to plot her return.
And I am to find Tashi and turn her over to you.
It will be well worth your while, Mr. Holmes.
Can you describe her to me?
She is abnormally tall for an Oriental and extremely thin. She has jet black hair, huge eyes, and speaks English well.
What do you propose to do with her once I've turned her over to you?
There's no doubt that her trial in our province will lead to her execution. Her death will end the revolution. Will you do it, Mr. Holmes? Will you search London for her?
I will, King Juan.
I'm grateful. I shall return later to learn of your progress. Good night, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson.
Oh, good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Oh, I shall forgive you, Mr. Holmes, if you fail. This is most dangerous and difficult assignment.
King Juan, I shall find your illustrious renegade. The word failure, sir, appears only in the dictionary of fools.
By George, Holmes, this is hardly the way to find Madame Tashi, sitting here immobile in Baker Street.
There's an appalling lack of clues, Watson, but they will be supplied.
Yes, by whom? When? Where?
Watson, just as there are persons desperately anxious for us to find this mysterious woman, there must also be persons anxious to prevent it. I've no doubt we shall hear from them soon enough. Again, a conclusion of mine affirmed. Open the door, Watson.
Right.
Mr. Holmes?
I am Sherlock Holmes. This is Dr. John Watson.
How do you do?
How do you do?
As for you, sir, your name is Chung Fu. You are a loyal follower of Madame Tashi, and you arrived in London this morning aboard the Mary Ann.
Well, Holmes, I shall ask this gentleman not to say another word until you have explained how you could surmise all that.
I should be most interested myself.
A previous visitor of ours described an elderly gentleman he'd questioned as to Tashi's whereabouts and said the name was Chung Fu. I've observed previously that we should soon hear from the other side of this issue.
And the Mary Ann?
With due apologies, I must note that Chung Fu seems terribly impoverished. He would therefore travel to London in the most inexpensive manner possible, by the lowliest freighter to straggle into port. Therefore, Mr. Chung must have arrived today. Recalling this morning's shipping page, just one freighter docked this morning, the Mary Ann.
That's superb, Holmes. Superb.
You are correct, Mr. Holmes. I have come to implore you not to accept whatever offer King Juan has made. Madame Tashi must not be found. She must be allowed to continue her great work. She is indeed in London to secure funds for the people of Mekyang.
But, Chung Fu, I understand that Madame Tashi is undermining the structure of the duly authorized government.
King Juan lies. He is a bandit chieftain.
Oh, really? He said he was the provincial governor.
No, Dr. Watson. King Juan is master of the province only because of his troops and his guns. He is a tyrant. He brings corruption. He is a cruel, cynical oppressor.
And Madame Tashi, she leads the opposition to him?
Yes. She would free our people. You will not search London for her, Mr. Holmes. I beg of you.
I cannot promise.
We are a poor people. I cannot offer what King Juan must have offered.
I am not concerned with the financial benefits of this case. I never am.
May I return within a few days for your decision?
You may, sir. Good night, Chung Fu.
Good night, gentlemen.
Good night. Well, Holmes, their stories are so diametrically opposed. One of the two Chinese is a conniving scoundrel. But which one?
My first step, Watson, will be the library, to study the province of Mekyang for whatever we may learn. Get your things on. Hurry.
Oh, I really don't see how you hope to arrive at the facts, Holmes. King Juan knows nothing. Chung Fu wouldn't say a word about where Tashi could possibly be.
Oh, come, Watson, down the stairs. We'll fetch a cab and investigate at the library. Here's the front door.
Oh, see a cab, Holmes?
One moment. Our trip to the library will not be necessary.
Why not?
Whatever information we may require is just 10 feet away under that gaslight. Sprawled on the street.
What? It's Chung Fu, Holmes. He's dead.
Yes, his neck's been broken.
Ghastly sight.
Just leave the body there for the police to find, Watson. We've more urgent business at Limehouse.
Limehouse? Why there?
Because of the dead man's shoes.
Why, really, Holmes?
Most specifically, we're off to a Joss house, to a Chinese temple of worship.
Why the dickens should we go there, Holmes?
Upon the sole of the Lake Chung shoes, you'll notice a gum-like substance.
Yes, sir. Yes, I see it now.
That substance indicates where Chung Fu had been. One may detect an odor about the gum. It's a perfumed gum, distinctively perfumed. It's the substance found upon joss sticks, which are burned like incense in a Chinese temple.
You know, Holmes, if we go poking about the dark recesses of Limehouse, we're very likely to find ourselves lying as Chung does here, in a gutter, with our necks broken.
Indeed we may, but fetch a cab, Watson. However great the danger becomes, we shall hunt for Madame Tashi in every temple and den in Limehouse.
What sort of world would this be without friends, personal friends, and business friends? For instance, your local independent merchant who wins and keeps your friendship by offering you honest goods at honest prices. More than 1,200 such friendly independent retailers feature Clippercraft clothes, and their combined purchasing power is so tremendous that they can sell Clippercraft suits for only $45, Clippercraft topcoats from $40 to $47.50. Made in New England by master craftsmen, Clippercraft clothes take their name from the proud New England-built Clipper ships. So Clippercraft stands for quality and rock-ribbed American honesty. Honest materials, honest workmanship, and the down-to-earth honesty of your friend and neighbor, the independent merchant who sells Clippercraft clothes. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes bearing the Clippercraft label. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suits, topcoats, and overcoats. In Manhattan, John Wanamaker Men's Stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge, Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
Dr. Watson, you and Mr. Holmes were racing to Limehouse to find Madame Tashi.
So we were, Mr. Harris. We reached Limehouse soon enough. We entered a Joss house on Limehouse Causeway. It was up a flight of rickety stairs. It was a dark room with wooden benches, incense burning from half a dozen bowls. Prostrate Chinese prayed before their idols. In the distance, a gong was striking, calling more Chinese to prayer. You know, Holmes, this band of fanatics defending Madame Tashi will slit our throats. They realize what we're up to?
Calmly, Watson. We know the dead man was in one of these houses tonight. Look about. Walk as quietly as possible toward the front.
Yes, right you are. Well, these people are watching us very closely.
Curiosity, perhaps. If not, then a more insidious reason. Just edge your way toward the front. Watson, there's the answer.
What? Where?
The Chinese priest. Notice anything peculiar?
Oh, simple-looking chap. Customary long frock.
Look closely, Watson.
What of him?
I doubt if he is a priest. An agent, rather, of Tashi's ring.
Good Lord, how do you know?
The stains upon his teeth. They are the unmistakable stains made by the betel nut.
Betel nut?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I remember, Holmes. Some Orientals chew it with a leaf.
Precisely. Doesn't it strike you as odd that a priest should indulge in that awful habit?
Yes, quite.
Look, he's leaving. The minute he arrives at the top of the stairs to the street, after him.
This way, Holmes. He dashed down this alley, went into that door.
We must go through that door also, Watson, if we're permitted.
Careful, these cobblestones are slippery. This blasted bog, and this way. Well, here's the door.
Knock.
You know, it may be suicidal. We don't know what's on the other side of this door.
Go on, Watson, knock.
Yes?
We want to come in.
You want, Leon?
May we come in?
You have money?
Yes.
Come in. I will find a sofa where you can relax. I will be back.
Fiendish place, Holmes. The addicts sit in those booths, smoking opium.
Exactly.
You see the priest that we followed?
He was here as we stepped in. He just disappeared through those green curtains.
We'll lose him, Holmes. Let's follow him.
Not just yet. We might be killed if we step through those curtains, Watson. The man, seated on the floor, playing the Oriental reed instrument.
Why, he's an addict. The glazed eyes.
It isn't he, it's what he's playing.
Playing?
Yes. He played one tune for a second as the priest stepped through the curtain. Now he's playing another. It might be a coincidence, but it might also be a signal.
Yes, I see, Holmes. To tell whoever's behind that curtain of the man coming through is all right.
If we could persuade the musician to play the same tune he did for the priest, we could step through the curtain. I shall speak with him.
Careful, Holmes.
My friend, could I persuade you to play the tune you played before?
Who are you?
Someone who believes it to be worth this. To hear that melody?
It's a lot of money, Governor.
It's yours. If you'll play the melody. You want to pass through the curtain safely.
They'd kill me.
I hardly think so. It's extremely dark. You might have made an error.
I'm taking a long chance, Governor.
Very well. If you don't want the money.
Well, as soon as I start playing, you duck through the curtain.
Good. Go on. Come on, Watson.
Righto, Holmes. What? There isn't anything back of this curtain. Just that door. Emergency door, isn't it?
Yes. Leads to another alley, I'd say. Open it. Go on, open it.
Yes, this is an alley.
And in the fog there. See?
Yes, there's a man. A knife in his hand. It's gleaming in the moonlight.
Obviously the music lover who listens for the signal from the reed instrument. Step into the alley, Watson.
Yes, but he...
We must hope the signal was correct and that he doesn't become suspicious. Keep an eye on him. He may throw that knife. Now, step into the alley. That's it. Slowly. Watch him. Watch him.
Yes, so far, so good. There's nothing in this alley but that doorway over there. Looks as though it were the delivery entrance to some sort of shop.
A shop I shall now visit, Watson.
Alone? I won't hear it.
You must wait here. Watch our friend with the knife. If he acts up, you must dash in to warn me.
No, I won't.
Besides, one of us must be free out here in the alley, ready to run for the police. If I do not return from this shop within 5 minutes, don't come in. Don't raise a hullabaloo. Run quickly and quietly for the police as fast as possible.
Yes, I understand, but confound it, Holmes, must you take this awful risk?
If I intend to find Madame Tarshi, yes, of course. Now wait here, Watson.
All right. 5 minutes.
Good evening.
Good evening. You are the shopkeeper?
Yes. Customers never come from back way. Are you enter back way?
I'm looking for something.
Bitter melon, lychee fruit, chocolate.
No.
What did you want?
Madame Tarshi.
I thought so. She's not here. I do not know how you found this place, but now you do not live to tell location.
I want to see Madame Tarshi, and I have every reason to believe she is here. I shall continue demanding to meet her until you've stopped me by pulling the trigger of your revolver.
That will not be long. No place so easy to kill and hide body as Limehouse. I'll kill you now. Mr.
His name is Holmes, I believe. Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Madame Tarshi.
You will not have need of your revolver, Ma'o.
As you say, madame.
You may leave, Ma'o.
Your servant, madame.
Mr. Holmes, I regret the necessity of receiving the foremost criminologist of this time in such sordid circumstances.
Quite excusable, Madame Tarshi.
You have served King Juan well. You have found me. He will reward you magnificently.
Will he?
For the present, yes. Then when your services are no longer of any value, you will receive the same fate as my beloved Chung Fu, who lies dead now before your home on Baker Street.
Your secret agents serve you well, Madame Tashi. Kang Huan tells me that you are a revolutionary. He has a gallows marked for you. He waits to smile in the shadow of your silhouette, dangling from his rope.
Is it wrong to spread the doctrines of brotherhood, Mr. Holmes? Is it wrong to defy this Kang Huan, who unleashes the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that they may ride profligate over the soil of my native land? Kang Huan is a brigand. He exploits my people. He despoils and enslaves them. He is Attila the Hun, Philip of Spain, Ivan of Russia. He mocks the spirit of my people and drives it into the dust. Is it wrong to try to help my people? In the East, Confucius was driven into exile. Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, was forced to flee from Mecca. In the West, you English boast of your great Magna Carta. Was that not written to protect the people from the ravages of a despotic monarch, who in some ways was nothing but a counterpart to our Chinese warlords? Our languages and our customs differ, but we seek the same goal. We follow the same star.
I see, madame, that Kang Huan was misguided. It will not benefit him to find you, nor will it benefit him to hang you from that gallows. He can exterminate a human being, but not an idea.
You're quite right, Mr. Holmes. We have been persecuted, and there has been blood spilled from the hills of Mekyong to the cobblestone byways of London. But the blood is rich with our faith, and it will fertilize the soil where it runs. So you may reap your reward. You may have me return to China, where I will be given to King Huan. But quickly, please.
Good night, Madame Tashi.
Oh, there you are, Holmes. I've been terribly worried about you. What happened? Did you find Madame Tashi?
Yes, Watson, I found her.
Well, where is she?
No time now. We'll discuss it later. We must dash back to Baker Street to await the arrival of Kang Huan, the murderer.
I'll answer, Holmes.
Good evening, Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson.
Kang Huan?
I'm here in the hope that you may report progress.
Excellent progress, Kang Huan. The name of another killer is to be added to the long roster of men and women who challenged my powers of detection, to their regret.
The name of another killer?
Yours, Kang Huan. You murdered Chung Fu, and if you'll look toward my bedroom door, you'll see a gentleman emerging.
Who is he?
Oh, I'm sorry. I presumed that on this trip of yours to London you'd meet all of our distinguished citizens. May I present Inspector Lestrade?
The police inspector, the door.
Stop him, Lestrade!
An impressive demonstration of pugilism, Lestrade. When Kang Huan recovers, I trust you'll see to it that his tour of our city concludes with a visit to Newgate Prison.
Yes, but Holmes, you still haven't explained about Madame Tashi. You did find her, you said?
I did, Watson. But shall it end there as a secret between us? Shall we tell the world I never did find Madame Tashi?
Well, certainly, if you wish. But why, Holmes? Why?
I spoke with her, Watson. Her help for her people must go on at all costs. So, let us say that I never did find Madame Tashi. Let the pursuit of that fantastic quarry be another legend of Limehouse.
Dr. Watson, the story of the Bloodstained goddess was most intriguing. Now, would you tell us what new adventure we shall share with you and Mr. Holmes next week?
I'd be delighted, Mr. Harris. Next week I shall relate to you an adventure I have called The Guest in the Coffin. It concerns a joyful mortician, an unprecedented wave of police murders, and one of the strangest invitations Holmes ever received.
The makers of Clipper Craft clothes in more than 1,200 stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The program is produced and directed by Basil Loughrane. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by George Feldman. This week's story was written by Howard Merrill with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clipper Craft dealer, write Clipper Craft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in The Guest in the Coffin. Cy Harris speaking for Clipper Craft Clothes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. This is a somewhat curious episode. It's curious to me because of the timing of you have this episode and you have a character from China arguing for freedom. Because this is in 1949, even as the Chinese Revolution is continuing. But in October of 1949, with the victory of the People's Republic of China and Mao. And I'm wondering how the message of this episode tied into those events. And I won't analyze it too much. But if listeners want to comment and offer their opinions on what this means, definitely be open to that. This was curious, as it was one of those cases where Watson was told to keep a story to himself, and here we're hearing about it on the radio. Just, could you leave it so that no one ever knows that I found her? And apparently not. But anyway, it's a pleasure to bring today's program to you. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. I do want to let you know, if you've not already, I encourage you to pick up a copy of my ebook, All I Needed to Know I Learned from Columbo. It is currently available for the Nook, for the iPad, and also for the Kindle. If you've got some other ebook reader, you can also purchase a copy at smashwords.com. I've mentioned previously that we had a novel published called Tales of the Dim Night. I've actually written a novella sequel to that one. It's called Powerhouse Flies Again, and that is also available for the Kindle. And if you are a Amazon Prime member, you can actually borrow it and read it for free. It's another good superhero comedy, and it definitely carries on in the spirit of the first story. And we're planning a series of these novella sequels, and we'll be getting them into paperback soon. And of course, we also have in development, and I hope to have it out before Christmas, another ebook called What Made the Golden Age Shine. Kind of a manifesto, and so we're working on that. All right, well, now it's time to get into today's episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. This one is called The Harpooned Angler Matter.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as
Johnny Dollar.
Philip Martin, Johnny. Got your passport ready?
Where to now?
French Riviera, town called Cassis. Just got a death claim from there on a policyholder by the name of Arnold Bernier.
Something wrong with the claim?
Policy's for $75,000. It was written 33 years ago.
Well, so what? Don't you ever expect your policyholders to die?
With fishing spears driven through their backs?
I'll be ready in an hour.
Hi, fellas. Care to join me in a quick look at the past? Okay, here goes. Back around 1890, Charles Dudley Warner, who was editor of the Hartford Courant,
wrote in an editorial, "Everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it." Well, maybe no one did in 1890, but someone definitely has since then. Our United States weatherman. He's quite a busy gentleman who works for the Department of Commerce. His job is to read thermometers, barometers, anemometers, and other assorted meters which forecast weather conditions so the rest of us will know what to plan or what not to plan, like hanging out the wash or going to a baseball game. Information about weather conditions is also given to aircraft pilots and ship captains so they can plan their flights or cruises accordingly. Of course, they need more than just weather data, and the Commerce Department gives them what they need. For the pilots, the department issues aviation charts and maps and sees to it that air markers are laid out so that the pilots can find their way easily and safely. For the ship captains, the Commerce Department issues nautical charts and tide tables to indicate when and where it will be safe to navigate their ships. The department also inspects the ships to see that they're in perfect operating condition and issues licenses for the operating of the ships. So the next time you look up at the sky and wonder what kind of a day it's going to be, the thought might also cross your mind that many lives and valuable cargo carried by American planes and ships are depending on the United States weatherman who is also looking at the sky.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Washingtonian Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Harpooned angler matter. Expense account item 1, $473.25. Airfare, railroad transportation, and incidentals between Hartford and Cassis, France. Expense account item 2, $50 rental of a snappy 1937 Maybach Victoria. After an invigorating journey from the rental agency, marred only by an engine breakdown and a blowout, I arrived at the office of the man who'd sent in the death claim on behalf of Arnold Bernier's widow.
Welcome, my darling Mr. Dollar. Welcome to Cassis.
Well, thank you. Are you Count Andescu?
But of course, dear man. Huh? Count Laszlo Andescu at your service. You are here concerning poor dear departed Arnold Bernier.
Yes, that's right.
What a ghastly thing to happen. So unfortunate, so sad. Oh, here one moment and the next, poof. But why should we dwell upon unhappy things? You will give me the insurance check for $75,000 made payable to Magda Bernier. I will give you the receipt and, poof, we will have disposed of everything.
No, not quite. Just what is your position in this picture, Count?
It's perfectly simple, darling Dollar. Count Laszlo Andescu renders his most capable services to those who require assistance in delicate matters, financial and otherwise, for a slight consideration, of course. You might call me chargé d'affaires for the bereaved and the unfortunate.
I see.
Yes.
Now, what is this business about a fishing spear?
Oh, yes. So inconsiderate of dear Arnold to come to his end in so sordid a manner. A fishing spear. So indelicate of poor Arnold.
Well, at least it's unusual. You mind telling me how it happened?
I thought you knew, my darling Dollar. Dear Arnold was engaged in what has so unfortunately become the sport of the Riviera.
What's that?
Oh, an insanity, my dear man. An incredible insanity which leads one to penetrate the very depths of the ocean, clad only in swimming trunks and a cumbersome, unbecoming helmet of some kind.
Oh, you talking about skin diving?
Well, whatever term one chooses to call it, it is a most incredible, ungentlemanly sport.
Okay, Arnold Bernier was skin diving. Then what?
But, my darling Dollar, it was all so sordid, but so simple. When he had been underwater for over an hour, somebody found him. He was brought up to the surface, and there he was, dead.
With a fishing spear in his back.
Precisely. Now, so, we have disposed of the matter of dear Arnold's passing.
Not if his beneficiary was responsible for having planted that spear.
Oh, my dear Dollar, what a ghastly thing to say. Such a dear, sweet, lovable creature as Magda Bernier couldn't possibly have been so indiscreet as to have done such a thing.
No, why not?
Well, this simply could not be. Would you think what would happen then to my remuneration for handling this affair?
Yeah.
Poof.
I left the good Count and drove down to the Bernier Villa to pay my respects to the widow. Her establishment was located on a bluff overlooking the Gulf de Leon. The scenery was magnificent.
You are looking for me, Monsieur Dollar?
If you're Mrs. Arnold Bernier.
I am. Sit down, please.
Thanks.
A beautiful day, is it not, Monsieur? The sun so warm, the soft breeze so gentle and caressing for the skin.
You're a sun worshiper, Mrs. Bernier?
I worship all the things that are most worthwhile in life.
Oh?
Beautiful homes, luxurious furs, the delicate weight of perfectly matched pearls.
You have expensive taste.
Why should I not have?
No reason, if you can afford them.
It only requires money, Monsieur Dollar.
Most people can't dismiss the word so easily.
Most people are not Magda Bernier. And Arnold was an excellent provider.
I was wondering when you were going to come around to him.
You think I should have mentioned my dead husband sooner?
Sounds reasonable.
But why?
Well, you knew who I was when I arrived. That means Zandescu must have phoned you, so you know why I'm here.
That is quite true.
And you still don't think the subject should have come up sooner?
Why should it? It is of no importance to me.
What isn't? Your husband's death or my investigation of
Both?
it? Your husband was murdered, Mrs. Bernier. Aren't you interested in determining who did it?
It would not give Arnold back his life.
No, but it could affect yours if you were involved in it in some way.
A rather fantastic conception, Monsieur Dollar. If you must pursue this pointless investigation, I suggest you obtain all your future information from the agent de police Inspector Lanier.
Well, there's one thing I don't think he can tell me.
No? What is that?
How you really felt about your husband. Inspector Lanier proved to be a welcome relief from both Count Laszlo Andescu and the lovely, cold-blooded Magda Bernier. But he wasn't a great deal more enlightening.
Yes, Mr. Dollar. Skin diving was a favorite pastime of Monsieur Bernier. He would often indulge in it hours at a time.
He used some kind of aqua lung equipment, Inspector?
A helmet and face mask equipped with compressed air. It enabled him to stay down underwater for approximately an hour at a time. Only this time he did not come up.
Mm-hmm. Who discovered the body?
Monsieur David North.
Who is he?
A young American scientist who is conducting underwater explorations along the Cassis coast. He has a small ship, the Diana, from which he operates, collecting marine specimens.
Uh-huh.
He had reached a depth of some 100 feet and was about to return to the surface when he noticed a small grotto in one side of the bluff. Lying just inside the entrance was the body of Monsieur Bernier.
With a fishing spear through him, huh?
Precisely. So, sometime between 10:30 and noon, someone met Bernier underwater and killed him.
Any idea who it could have been?
At this time of year, the cove is filled with underwater swimmers, indulging in this latest craze of the Riviera.
Yeah. And what about this spear itself?
An ordinary fishing spear discharged from a compressed air tube. Its counterpart may be found in hundreds of hands.
Any personal suspects on your list?
I'm afraid not.
What about Magda Bernier?
Certainly there was no financial motivation.
There's a $75,000 insurance policy.
I assure you, that means nothing. Bernier was an immensely wealthy man.
Well, what about business associates?
He had been retired for 20 years. An attorney by the name of Armand Gauthier in Marseille handles his affairs. We have checked. They're in perfect order.
Any personal enemies?
So far as we have been able to ascertain, none.
Well, he obviously had one. Well, thanks for your time, Inspector.
But, I regret only that I could not have been of more immediate assistance, but if there is anything you wish to... Pardon.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Inspector Laniel. Oui, one moment, please. It is for you, Monsieur Dollar.
Oh, thanks. Hello?
You Johnny Dollar, the insurance man?
That's right. Who's this?
My name's David North. I'd like to talk to you.
What about?
The murder of Arnold Bernier.
What do you know about it?
Well, let's save that for our talk.
Okay. Where do we get together?
There's a cafe in town, the Golden Pheasant. I'll meet you there.
How soon?
Oh, about a half hour.
Who told you I'd be here? Andescu or Magda Bernier?
Magda?
Why should she have called you about that?
Well, who else did you expect her to call, Dollar? We're going to be married, aren't we?
were some half-dozen sailors and roustabouts seated around the Golden Pheasant, but no sign of anyone who might be an American marine scientist by the name of David North. So I took over one of the tables, ordered a cognac to help pass the time, and waited. More than an hour had passed, and North still hadn't turned up. I was about to call it quits when the place was enlivened by a new arrival.
Ah, dollar! A magnificent coincidence which just... Oh, Antoine? A vermouth cassis. At once, s'il vous plaît. Yes, as I was saying, a simply magnificent coincidence. You do not mind, my darling dollar, if I join you?
You already have.
So I have, yes. Which makes it all the more charming, does it not? Now so, you are here? I am here. We may now conclude our affair of business.
You're talking about that insurance check?
A trifling matter, I will confess, and somewhat boring. Nevertheless, it does concern money, and I dearly love money. It has so many uses, you know.
What about the little matter of finding out who murdered Arnold Bernier?
Oh, that! Whew, it is of no consequence now, which is why I have sought you out here.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, you presented a problem to me. And what does the magnificent Count L'Argentesque do when he is faced with a problem? He solves it.
You know who killed him?
But of course. Who else could it be but that American David North? So, now you will give me the check.
What makes you think it's North?
It is so obvious, my darling dollar. North has supplied the proof himself by his suicide.
Suicide?
Oh, did I forget to inform you how careless of me? But yes, they are fetching his body up from the bottom of the Gulf even now.
When I got to the beach, about a dozen people were gathered around watching a rowboat heading toward the shore. There were 3 men aboard, dressed in swimming trunks, one of whom I recognized as Inspector Laniel.
Take him to Dr. Geret at once. Use my car. It's fast at the end of the beach. Now, quickly now. There is no time to lose.
What happened, Inspector?
Oh, apparently, Monsieur North decided not to keep his appointment with you. Instead, he went skin diving, and in approximately the same spot off the point where Arnold Bernier was found.
Any idea why?
None. When he had been down approximately 50 minutes, the members of his crew aboard the Diana became concerned. 2 of them went diving for him.
Where did they find him?
In the same little underwater grotto where Arnold Bernier was found. As you saw, he was unconscious. Fortunately, his aqua lung was still working, and so he had not drowned. But there was a bad scalp wound in his head. And this was lying on the grotto floor beside him.
Another fishing spear.
Hey. Obviously, he was attacked in the same manner as Bernier had been.
Any chance that the wound was self-inflicted?
None. And in a way, that is most unfortunate.
Why is that?
If it had been attempted suicide, the case might have been closed. I had just uncovered evidence which could have convinced me that David North had murdered Arnold Bernier.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? In 1770, as one of the leading lawyers in Massachusetts, he defended the British soldiers who fired on civilians during the so-called Boston Massacre. His 4 years as president were perhaps the stormiest in our history, as he fought to keep America out of a war with France. But an official war against France brought George Washington out of retirement as commander of the army and gave birth to the phrase, millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute. If you don't have his name by now, here are 2 more clues. During his presidency, Washington became the national capital, and the 11th Amendment was adopted. Who was he? John Adams, 2nd President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. We went back to Inspector Lanyell's office. And while we waited for David North to regain consciousness, Lanyell told me about the new evidence.
It was revealed in a court order, Monsieur Dollar. David North's ship was being attached for non-payment of a debt he owed to Arnold Bernier.
What debt was that?
North had run out of funds in the port of Darien on the Red Sea, where he had been collecting specimens. And Desdieu ran into him there, saw an opportunity to make a commission for himself, and persuaded Arnold Bernier to lend North the funds.
How much was involved?
Some $2,000.
That's hardly enough for a man like Bernier to get so excited about.
True. But if you compound the money with North's coming here and then becoming friendly with the lovely Magda...
Oh, you figured a two-way motive then. By murdering Bernier, North saves his ship and gets the girl.
Is it not logical, Monsieur Dollar?
Well, it was before that little accident happened to North.
Oui, but there is no need for us to concern ourselves with idle conjecture. When North recovers consciousness, he can himself inform us.
Well, it might pay to conjecture about one thing meanwhile, Inspector.
What is that, Monsieur?
The whereabouts of Magda Bernier during the past couple of hours.
I had thought we had seen the last of each other, Monsieur Dollar.
Well, it seems that you forgot a couple of pertinent things, including David North.
Why should I have discussed him?
Well, how indifferent can you be about the man you're going to marry?
Did he tell you that?
He did.
David is like a little child who tries to convince himself that the world of his dreams is the true world.
And it's not?
No. David worships me. There is nothing he would not do for me in return for a kind word or a hint of a smile.
Like committing murder?
Yes, I think he would even do that.
And did he?
I do not have the faintest idea.
Then there's nothing to his statement about marriage between you?
Nothing, Monsieur Dollar.
Do you mind telling me where you've been the past couple of hours?
Right here in front of this fire, Monsieur. Why?
You haven't been swimming?
I seldom swim, Monsieur Dollar.
It was getting dark when I left the villa. I thought I'd better find out if North was well enough to tell his side of the story before I closed up shop for the night. Inspector Lanyell was just leaving Dr. Giret's office as I drove up.
Is that you, Monsieur Dollar?
Yeah, that's right, Inspector. Well, did you learn anything from David North?
No, Monsieur, and we never will. He just died.
Well, after that little announcement, there didn't seem to be much reason for me to hang around the town of Cassis that night. So I started out along the coast road toward Marseille. A little way out of town, a gleaming black chauffeur-driven limousine swept by me. It was just time for me to catch a glimpse of a blonde head lolling back luxuriously against the rear seat cushions. Then it turned a bend in the road ahead and was gone. There were several intriguing possibilities as to why Magda Bernier would leave her fire and head for Marseille. I proceeded toward my destination in Marseille, the residence of one Armand Gauthier, attorney, the man who'd been in charge of Arnold Bernier's affairs.
Oui?
My name is Dollar, Mr. Gauthier. Insurance investigator. I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes.
I am not in the habit of conducting business at my home, Monsieur Dollar. If you care to call my office in the morning, I am certain an appointment can be arranged.
Magda Bernier might be happier if we talked right now.
I do not comprehend your reference, monsieur.
Well, would it help any if I told you that she was number one on the list of suspects in the murders of her husband and David North?
Come in, please.
Thanks.
This way, please. You realize, of course, Monsieur Dollar, that to suspect Madame Bernier of such crimes is sheer nonsense. Won't you sit down?
Thank you. Well, if you want a list of possible motives, we could start with, money?
Oh, ridiculous. Magda stood to gain nothing by the death of Arnold Bernier.
No, why not?
At the time of their marriage, he gave her a tremendous independent fortune. One that even a Magda Bernier could not dissipate in a lifetime. And the balance of his estate is willed to charitable institutions.
Okay, then what about boredom? Hatred?
You have met Madame Bernier? Spoken with her?
Yes.
Then you must realize that a thoroughly hedonistic woman like Magda can never become bored so long as she can surfeit herself with the luxuries of life.
Well, there's still one other possibility. Bernier was some 30 years older than Magda. And David North was a pretty rugged specimen of a young male animal.
He was also stupid. A callow youth, one who might be temporarily amusing to a woman like Magda, yes. But one does not risk giving up a way of life, monsieur, for the sake of temporary amusement.
How true. Well, thanks for your time.
I have convinced you, then?
Well, let's say that I found out what I came here to learn.
Huh? And what is that?
The possibility of another man in Magda's life.
But we have disposed of that, monsieur.
You should have disposed of Magda's perfume, too.
What?
I couldn't miss it when I walked in here. And after your kind cooperation and character analysis, I couldn't be rude enough to accuse you of wearing it.
I do not understand, Monsieur Dollar. Agreed that the desire for money makes an excellent motive for murder. But what is the connection between that and Arnold Bernier's hobby of skin diving?
Inspector, send a diver down to take a closer look at that undersea grotto where he and North were killed, and I think you'll come up with the answer.
Very well, Dollar. I will have it done first thing in the morning.
No, better do it right now.
This should do it nicely, Dollar.
Uh-huh. You sure you want to make the dive yourself?
But why not? I fancy myself rather efficient at the art, and if what you suspect is true, it might be best to keep it between the two of us.
Okay. Is this the lantern you want to use?
Oui. Now, if you will help me with the helmet and the aqua lung.
Oh, sure. Here. There. How's that?
Oh, I'll see. That'll be fine.
I'll take your word for it. Lanyell adjusted the rubber flippers on his feet, shrugged the helmet and aqualung more comfortably on his back and shoulders, and then slipped over the side. "45 minutes is a long time to wait in an open boat at night when you know a man is swimming far below the surface in a spot where two other men had met death before him. And I knew it must seem even longer to Inspector Lanyell. But finally, he came to the surface. He held on to the gunwale of the boat with one hand and gave me a small wooden box with the other. A watertight wooden box marked marine specimen. I gave him a hand and pulled him into the boat. Then, as he started to take off the helmet, I turned to the box and opened it. The marine specimens consisted of some insignificant-looking brownish weeds. I didn't have a chance to examine them more closely. It was just about then that I turned my head and noticed that the spear gun was pointing at my back.
How charming that we should meet again under such delightful circumstances. Is it not, my darling Dollar?
Where's Lanyell?
And for the third time, it was necessary for me to leave someone below at the entrance to the grotto. You have no idea how boring this procedure is becoming.
A fishing spear again?
Oh, my darling Dollar, how unimaginative do you believe me to be? Particularly after I only succeeded in wounding dear Mr. North. No. The dear inspector is lying unconscious from a blow to the head. Soon his oxygen will run out, and then, poof. This spear I save for you, here, where I cannot possibly miss.
Oh, please, don't bother.
You know, you are magnificent, my darling Dollar, incomparable. I had not thought it possible for you to connect me with this affair in so short a time.
Yeah, your little drug smuggling act has run into a few obstacles.
What a pity. Such a magnificent plan. Obtaining the hashish for practically nothing in the Red Sea area with Arnold Bernier's money, transporting it here aboard David's ship, concealing it in the grotto to take it ashore when the time was ripe. A magnificent plan.
Only Bernier put a crimp in it.
Yes, and that was indeed a pity. Poor dear Arnold. But he came upon my underwater warehouse.
No remorse about David North.
Ah, how sentimental can one be, my darling Dollar?
I suppose North was diving for one of those boxes to bring me the proof when you take it. Things happened pretty fast just about then. The box hit Andescu in the chest. The spear missed me by slightly less than a hair. My fist hit Andescu's jaw, and he hit the water. Oh, a jolly good time was had by all, including Inspector Laniel. I managed to raise some help from the shore and get a diver down to him before his oxygen ran out. Andescu wound up in the local jail where charges are being preferred against him now. 2 counts of homicide, 2 of attempted homicide, and a slight case of drug smuggling. I didn't see Magda Bernier again. I didn't think I could take any more of that. When you honor the death claim, send the check care of Armand Gauthier, Marseille. Expense account item 3, $27.65, hotel bill and miscellaneous. Item 4, $493, plane fare and incidentals back to Hartford. Expense account total $1,043.90. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Sidney Marshall with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Howard Culver, Larry Dobkin, Virginia Gregg, Edgar Barrier, and Lou Krugman. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle.
Welcome back. Well, there was plenty of, to me, there was plenty of hints for us to go ahead and suspect the eventual murderer. It did seem that there was quite a bit of misdirection that was attempted here by the writers, as they tried to get us focused on the people who may have wanted to actually get at the rich widow's money, got us all focused on that, but really just misdirection from the main point, which was that this guy knew or came to Johnny with this whole bizarre story about suicide before anyone else really knew what happened to him. Well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback. Jared says, and this comes from Facebook, by the way, thanks for all. Contemporary culture surely needs this reminder of what America was and truly should be. A culture without a memory is truly lost. Keep it up. Well, thanks so much, Jared, and I agree, and I'm so thankful for the existence of all of these recordings. We probably could not have done this type of show 10 years ago, certainly not 15 years ago. It's just such, amazing stuff that exists out there, so we can kind of have that picture of the past and the way things were in so many ways. And we kind of saw that with this episode. And this classic sort of warning against the dangers of superficiality and materialism. And this I think particularly in the wartime period, and directly afterward really became a recurring theme of so many programs and so many different episodes. People had been through and experienced, life where material resources were scarce. And then during the war, a lot of people had more money than they knew, what to do with, and ended up putting a lot of it into savings bonds. And, it was kind of, I think, an interesting contrast, because on one hand, people who, after the war, were determined to make a much better life for their kids and to give their kids, as much as they possibly could after all the years of sacrifice. But there were also many authors who, having seen, seen the past few years, reminded us, that money is not the most important thing. So that's kind of an interesting thing that showed up in this episode. And David comments simply, loved Fred Allen. Well, thanks so much. And that referenced one of the app extras we uploaded, which featured Fred Allen and J. Scott Smart from The Fat Man, where that was kind of his major claim to fame, which prior to The Fat Man, but Fred as one of the regulars in what was called Allen's Alley. And it's interesting to find some of these actors, and kind of the rule we place for the extras we put in there is we don't want it to be something we would normally play on the Great Detectives program, and we also don't want it, and it's just got to star one of the detective actors. We find there's so many fascinating things out there, so hopefully we'll find more. I think that's the second time we played an episode of Fred Allen. The first time was with Sidney Greenstreet. All right, well, that will do it for today. We will be back on Monday with The Adventures of Frank Race, and then join us back here on Friday for another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. But from Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.